Hello everyone and welcome. We're here at the SUNY Purchase ground for the 17th match of Phase 2 of the United States Premier League. But before I'd like to go any further, I'd like to thank our title sponsor, CBTF Speed News, the most reliable gaming platform in the world, as well as our associate sponsor, MTR. Today's matchup is between the New York Gothams and the Florida Sharks, and alongside me are both the captains. I'd like to call up Smith Patel, captain of the Florida Sharks. Smith, you won the toss today. What have you elected to do and why?
We elected to ball first, and in the previous game we had a low score when we were batting first, so that's our game plan, that we're gonna bowl first today. Looking at the conditions, it's favorable for the bowling side, so we're gonna do the bowling first today.
I know, Smith, Florida Sharks are the defending champions from Phase 1 of the USPL. Phase 2 hasn't been going as well. 3 consecutive losses at the start of the tournament. How are talks going on in the camp, and what are you guys looking to improve the game?
As a team, we always it's not one-on-one. It's always the team that lose or win. So we are in the phase now. So we hope that it's on our side today. So yeah, let's see.
Lastly, any changes in your squad?
I don't think so. We'll be going with the same team.
Thank you. All the best.
Thanks.
I'd like to call up Jason Greaves next, captain of the New York Gothams. Jason, coming in, you've lost the toss. What would you have done if you'd won?
How we won, we would have bowled as well. Looked like they had some rain overnight, so we would have tried to use early moisture to get some early in rows. But with that said, we're batting, sorry. So I think, given conditions, just try to make, I want to say about 140, 150 should be a good score, making it a little bit better for our spinners that back in.
Similar to the Florida Sharks, you guys need these 2 points today. In terms of execution, what are you guys looking to do different today than what you've been doing in your previous matches?
We try to get everything to click one time as a collective, because last week, finally our batting clicked, but then our bowling and fielding let us down. So just a matter of just trying to get a complete game. And at this point, we have, 2 more games? I don't think mathematically we can go through, but I think we need to at least put good performances in and at least see what can happen. Cricket very, very, very funny, so I just think a matter of just getting some wins and start to string some wins together.
Lastly, any changes in your squad?
One. Dan Johnson misses out, so Marvin Lopan comes in.
Thank you, Jason. All the best for today. And that's it, folks. News from the middle is the Florida Sharks have won the toss, and they're going to start proceedings with the ball in hand.
So there they are, the umpires for match number 17 in the U.S. Premier League. Well and truly underway. I'm Carl Bennett. I'll be joined by Aryan Singh. And you see the umpires Kumar Saravana Venkatarsan and Philip Ray taking the field as we are all set for a matchup that features the New York Gothams taking on the champions from Phase 1, Florida Sharks. And the news is that the Sharks have won the toss and they have elected to have a bowl. So the umpires take the field. Momentarily, the fielding team, the Florida Sharks, will also take the field and will be well and truly on our way for match 17 of the U.S. Premier League, sponsored by the CBTF. U.S. Premier League off to a fantastic start. Phase 1 done and dusted. We're into Phase 2, and already we're up to match number 17. And we are in, of course, beautiful SUNY Purchase, and that actually gives me a moment to say good morning for the first time, well, maybe for the second time, to Aryan Singh. Aryan, welcome once again.
Good morning, Carl. Exciting matchup today between the Florida Sharks and the New York Gothams, 2 teams that desperately need 2 points to stay alive in this competition.
That they do for sure. The Florida Sharks, having won Phase 1, they lost their momentum straight away, losing their very first match in Phase 2 to the New Jersey Titans. Florida Sharks having posted 198 and saw that total chased with some relative ease on the back of a brilliant century from a cricketer goes by the name of Prajapati, Vandit Prajapati, who had a terrific afternoon. And so since then, the Florida Sharks have really not recovered from that disappointment, and so they're looking to get back on track here in this matchup. As you see, the the Sharks taking the field, and the Sharks team this morning will be led customarily by Kirk Thompson. The team includes Ronaldo Ali Mohammed, Ijaz Safi, Kellan Carmichael, Kevin Stout, Niraj Paranjpe, Tayson Sheikh, Raj Nanan, Smith Patel, Larando Best, and Susmit Majumder. And that's the playing 11. You see the squad up on screen there. And you hear the rousing applause as the batters walk to the middle. The batsmen are walking in.
Seems to me it's Sahil Shah and Muki Ayaswamy opening proceedings for the New York Gothams today. Must have a huge total on their minds. Need these 2 points in order to get to the final four of the playoffs for the CBTF USPL.
And they will need to get off to a good start to put themselves in a good position here. The Florida Sharks have been a tale of two cities. Sometimes they do look to be a world-beating team. At times they have been tentative and indecisive, which has proved to be their undoing to this point. And they have struggled to maintain good form. And so we'll have to wait and see how things unfold here this morning. And it's all in their hands to play for. So the points table reflect that the Florida Sharks are 1-3, and so they're well down the table at the 6th position. New York Gothams just below them, both equally having a 1-3 record, but the Florida Sharks slightly better on a net run rate basis. Just fractionally better, so both these teams looking for improvement. So here's the first ball.
Not timed quite well to the man at short covers. Sahil Shah, it seems to be taking strike between both him and Ayaswamy. Ayaswamy's been having a decent Phase 2 of USPL, already has registered a 50 to his name in this tournament, but hasn't quite reflected in the team's overall performance. So he might want to get runs today for his side.
So
off the pad, and they're off the mark now.
So they're up and running. And starts with a leg by, I believe. So we've seen the New York Gothams. They have not been able to post any substantial totals. They've struggled with the bat really throughout both Phase 1 and Phase 2. They have won only one game this in the U.S. Premier League. Again, over the course of both phases, and the game that they won, I believe they defeated the Texas Cowboys, and they only did so just marginally, chasing a low total. Ball taking the batter on the pad, angled down the leg side, no harm done. And so a good start by Kellan Carmichael with the first three deliveries up.
Yeah, good start from Carmichael. Wanna give less than 4 runs initially in his first over. It's good bowling, consistent on the stumps, not letting him make room for himself here, Mukhil Ayaswamy.
This will be runs. This is running away towards the boundary. This will be the first boundary off the innings. And it comes off the blade of Ayaswamy. He's up and running.
It's a good-looking shot there from Mukhil Ayaswamy. Just tucks it away towards the fine leg region, and we'll get easy 4 runs there.
But no protection in the deep, in that area at least, and just helping the delivery just angled down the wrong line from Carmichael. So as we had spoken about how well he had started straight away, commentator's curse. He goes right offline. And this is a better ball this time. In fact, not so much as wide as the indication. And so he adds to the extras here and pushes the New York Gothams already up to 6 on the board. So, spectacular day for cricket, it would appear, at least at this early morning juncture. Still cool conditions here, or relatively cool conditions here at SUNY Purchase. As again, this one worked off the square for a single. Temperatures expected to get up to 88 by this afternoon, in terms of peak temperature. Right now, it's the thermometer is saying 82. And not much breeze blowing here at the moment, so it could get a bit warmer later in the afternoon. Final ball of over number 1. Carmichael moves in. Down the track, in the air, should be out. Takes the catch. And so Carmichael accounts for Sahil Shah as a reckless looking shot as you see him coming down the track here, looking to go big over the top. And Aryan, not the best offer to a tame-ish delivery.
I mean, the intent was there indeed, Carl, but not the smartest cricketing shot. A good change of pace there from Kilon Carmichael. Smart bowling to get the first wicket of proceedings.
So 7 for 1. First over done and dusted.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtspnews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtspnews.com and stay ahead।
So the new batter strides to the middle is Marvin Laban. And so he'll be at the non-striker's end. In fact, he'll be the man on strike. Batters having crossed with the ball in the air on the dismissal. Come October 1st, that will no longer be a rule, as ICC has updated that particular rule in the cricketing in the laws. And so starting October 1st, once the batter is out, having played a shot, whether it's the ball is caught or the batters having crossed or not, the new batter will be the batter that will be on strike.
Rajan Anand to bowl the second over. We've seen this consistently from the Florida Sharks, bringing in Rajan Anand early on into the power play, even in phase 1 with their strong championship team. Rajan Anand is an integral part of this side. He'll need to get a few early wickets.
And Rajan Anand, a critical component indeed in the Florida Sharks setup. Not only is he a big contributor with the ball, but one of the top batters as well, and an excellent fielder, just a tremendous all-round cricketer. And so he's first up here. Slow bowling at the top, and now he is appealing again, believing that he had Laban trapped on the crease. And the umpire not interested. Umpires Phil and Kumar Saravana Venkatarsan, two quality umpires, and will not be overcome by the pressure or the importance of the moment. So Laban struggling a bit here to get the ball off the square, just trying to assess the pace and exactly what Rajan Anand might be attempting to do to get him out.
Yeah, she's got Laban trapped on the front foot, trying to let him step up a little bit. Drags a little here for the spinners. So it's quality bowling here from Rajan Anand. 5 consecutive dots in this over. Try to end with a maiden here as he finishes his over.
So an adjustment in the deep mid-wicket area as fielder moved just a bit squarer. And this will be a maiden over completed. And so with 2 gone, it's still 7 for 1.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
And we're back for the third over here in this matchup between the NY Gothams and the Florida Sharks. Kilon Carmichael seems to have the ball back in his hand for his second over after bowling a tremendous first over, conceding 6 runs and getting the opener Sahil Shah dismissed for a third ball. Doug Carmichael runs in for his first ball of the second over. And a good-looking stroke there from Mukil Ayaswamy, but driven straight to the man at short covers. Disciplined bowling from the Florida Sharks, only conceded 7 runs in the past 13 deliveries, Carl.
Yeah, they're off to a good start. Just 3 runs, 3.2 runs per over, the current run rate. So that means bowlers on top. And again, we're in the power play. So if the batting team is looking to be aggressive, now is the time when they generally will go look to attack the bowling. And so far, the bowlers at the top have been very effective in restricting the run rate. And so struggles here for New York Gothams. But to be fair, Ariane, not unusual to see the New York Gothams struggling with their batting lineup.
Yeah, Carl. Seems to me that the big prize of the New York Gothams is Mukil Ayaswamy, the man on the strike. So the Florida Sharks will have to come up with a plan to dismiss him relatively early, as another dot ball bowled by the Florida Sharks. Strong throw to the keeper's end. It will still be a dot ball nevertheless. And I wonder, my apologies, Marvin Loban, the man on the crease. So 7 balls without getting off the mark. Pressure building for Laban.
Yeah, he's struggled a bit here, and he's a quality player, a quality batsman, very easy on the eyes. And he may get off strike here, and we'll wait to see if he actually got. And in fact, he didn't play it, so we'll be biased. He does get off strike, but still yet to get record any runs to his personal account. 8 balls faced, yet to score a run. 9 is the total on the board. You see it there. Mukil Ayaswamy accounting for 6 of those 9 runs, so almost over 60% of the contribution. And the other component coming from extras, so no other batter yet to add to the aggregate for the New York Gothams. So they are off to a bit of a struggle here. And one would think that given that when you look at the New York Gothams lineup, Jason Greaves, their captain, he's a quality player who has played at a fairly high level. He comes out of the island of Barbados, and he has generally batted down the order. And given the struggles of the New York Gothams, I have often sort of wondered why they wouldn't promote Jason Greaves to bat up the order to face more deliveries if they want to at least pursue their cricket with more intent.
Yeah, Carl, I'd have the same question. Usually, captains do take matters into their own hands, even if it's a bowling all-rounder, regular all-rounder, regardless. I'd say captains should be taking more responsibility in that sense, but that's not a question we really could answer.
You're absolutely right about that, but we can speculate all we want. And, of course, you see young Ariane sitting in the box, and Ariane doing a tremendous job calling cricket, and today also got the opportunity to also do some interviews, get this thing up and running.
Yeah, Carl. It's a good experience.
We love it. We love it when it all comes together. So Raj Nanan continues, and this one is running away towards the fine leg region, giving chase, and the fielder gives up the chase now. And so Ayasami picks up another boundary here. So again in the same general region of fine leg, long leg area. And so has found that area to his liking. 14 then on the board. Ayasami pushes up to 9.
Yeah, seems to be a favorite scoring region there for Makia Ayaswamy. The second boundary in that same location there. Surprised they're not targeting that outside off stump. They've got a slip in place too. And just hits that straight away towards the long on, long off region in the V to get off the strike. Makia Ayaswamy, 11 runs off 9 balls, maintaining a high strike rate, an integral part of this New York Gothams batting lineup. He'll have to bat all 120 balls in order for them to have a respectable total on the board. Rajanan comes in, flicks it straight to the man at square leg. I think that is the captain, if I'm not mistaken, Kirk Thompson.
So 15 on the board. Still slow sledding for the Gothams. And Marvin Laban seems as if he's here for 4-day cricket. Looking very, as I say, very easy on the eyes, pleasing to watch, but still have to be mindful to keep the scoreboard moving. And this time he's getting a short ball that should have done much better with. Just punches it up to cover, can't score. That will complete another over. It's 15 for 1 after 4.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cptfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cptfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So 15 on the board, and there you see it. Bit of a struggle here for the New York Gothams in the power play, going at 3.75 runs per over, so well below par in the power play. And Carmichael has bowled 2 overs, 1 for 7 so far, so looking to see if he can pick up anything more. And this time he has Ayasami on the defensive, just playing, punching the delivery ball up to short mid off, and so can't add to his total. Ayasami going just better than runner ball, 11 from 10. So not the worst strike rate.
I like this move though, Carl. Continuing Carmichael for his third. Seeing that the Gothams aren't getting much runs with this spell with Carmichael and Raj Nanan. Aggressive captaincy from Kirk Thompson, and that's something we'd like to see from the Florida Sharks. Desperately needing a win here and those 2 points. Seems like Kirk Thompson's already got a game plan to go hard at the Gothams and get these 2 points. A good-looking cut in the gap. Chase is on. Don't think they'll get there. They will. They've scampered across for 2 runs.
Yeah, didn't have the legs to get to the boundary, but does well enough, the Marvin Laban. And we keep wanting to call him Mario. He's the cousin of Mario Laban, the fast bowler who plays with the Pennsylvania Cavaliers. And they're the undefeated Cavaliers, and both Marvin and Mario coming out of the island of Jamaica. Oh, he goes! So deceived by a back of a length delivery, just mistiming the flick altogether, taking the leading edge. And that's the end. In fact, coming up on the glove area and on the follow through, Carmichael does the rest. So the second caught on ball opportunity for Carmichael, he completes it. It's 18 for 2 And Laban falls cheaply. He goes for 3, having consumed 14 deliveries.
As per the performance of the previous year, we can see that. हाँ बेबी कुछ नहीं
सुबह क्या भूल गए?
ब्रेकफास्ट भूल गया कर लूंगा
इतनी बार बोला है, ऐसे मत लेट किया करो।
3 minutes
अभी तुम्हारे पेट में एसिडिटी हो
बेबी
रही है।
रखूं हाँ हाँ हाँ
बेबी की चिट-चैट 3 minutes में इम्पॉसिबल मगर MTR का 3 minute उपमा जस्ट ऐड हॉट वाटर मिक्स कवर और 3 minutes में रेडी MTR 3 minute ब्रेकफास्ट इंडिया का ब्रेकफास्ट
Ali Imran is the new man in at 4 for the NY Gothams. Need a partnership here desperately. 18 for 2 already in the power play. Have lost the opener and number 3 batsman to Kellon Carmichael. Can't blame them though. He's been bowling tremendously in this power play. Coming back for his 3rd over and has got 2 top order batsmen quickly, Carl.
Yeah, it's been the Kellon Carmichael show so far. And he's been well supported, to be fair, by Raj Nanan, who has kept up the pressure at his end as well. 2 overs, 1 maiden, none for 6, Raj Nanan. So he is built up pressure by being economical and then allowing Carmichael to then be the wicket taker, to go after wickets. And so killer instinct being employed here, as you mentioned, by Kirk Thompson at the top, just using his trump cards to try to effect as maximum damage as possible in the power play. So a good delivery. That's defended by Ali Imran.
Yeah, Carl, back of the length right there to start things off. A warm welcome to Ali Imran, who's got the floppy out, Sonny Gavaskar style.
And a lot rest on his, in fact, well, we say on his shoulders, between Mukil Ayasami and Ali Imran. Jason Greaves, as we look down coming down the track and looking to pull. And this one will be called a wide, in fact. And so it was down the track looking to hit towards the mid-wicket area. And I think Carmichael might have seen him coming and sort of bowled the ball into the pitch. But as we've seen over the course of these last few weeks in Phase 2, sometimes the ball bowled into the pitch will make massive height off the surface, and so it took just an incredible bounce and flew well over Ali Imran's head.
Yeah, Carl, for sure. A nice batting track.
Oh!
And he's cleaned him up. That was a very good ball there from Kellon Carmichael. Gone through the defenses or drives. Don't know what that was from Ali Imran. Gone for a 3rd ball duck. And the Gothams are desperately in trouble here. 19 for 3 after 5.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
And we are back for the 6th over here in this matchup between the Florida Sharks and the New York Gothams. Florida Sharks on top of this matchup right here as the number 5 man comes in. Last over here before the end of the power play. And I think Kirk Thompson has turned to a new man. Isn't going back to the spin option of Raj Nanan, introducing another pacer at the other end. Royston Alkins, the new man at number 5 at the non-striker's end.
And the New York Gothams in a spot of bother. Only 19 in the power play so far, with 1 over remaining. This one pulled into the offside. Up to Safi, patrolling the mid-wicket fence.
Yeah, good coverage there from Ijaz Safi. finished as best bowler in Phase 1 of this CBTF USPL. And he's here at the deep mid-wicket, deep square leg region, saving boundaries, taking catches, and the new man Royston Alkins on the strike to face Smith Patel's second ball. What will Smith Patel go with here? Short ball, slower one. Might go back of the length to take another wicket here for the Florida Sharks. Goes back of the length. No runs there. Again, not very impressive from the New York Gothams. Haven't seen them put up a lot of runs on the board. A key weakness that we've seen in this team. One of the main reasons why they're not getting their account up and running. Need to get more runs here in the power play area and haven't been putting up respectable or chaseable totals for their bowling lineup.
Yeah, the top order has struggled throughout the tournament. Their struggles continue.
Smith Patel for his third. Beat him there on a good back of the length ball. Seems to be struggling slightly, Royston Alkins. Don't blame him though, purely bowling track here. Very, very beneficial for the bowlers, especially the spinners, getting good turn, staying low, dragging on. And as Carl and I have mentioned on various occasions, playing on the back foot here on spinners is quite risky stump to stump. Wonder if he'll bring on Raj Nanan for a third due to that. But the last over before the power play, it's been a good power play for the Florida Sharks as Smith Patel comes in for his fourth.
Being very fortunate to not have that carrot to hand. Just mistiming his defensive prod. And again, we've seen these batters really struggle. And the reason why I'm not inclined to put as much blame on the surface is that we've seen other teams come and play on the same surface and look very different. Put up big totals, hit the ball straight, hit the ball down the ground. The Gotham's batters have struggled on the surface like all tournament long. In the air, this one should probably go over the mid-off, and it will fall in for a couple. And so Royston is up and running with a well-timed shot. It's definitely a deliberate aerial shot looking to go over mid-off. Does elude Carmichael posted out there, but can't get it away to get a boundary. Nonetheless, he's opened his account here. 22 for 3. We have one delivery remaining in the power play. And the power play dominated by the Florida Sharks. Swing and a miss, and so that will close out the power play. 3 runs from the over. It's 22 for 3 after 6.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
And we are back here after the conclusion of the power play. The Gothams 22 for 3. As Carl had mentioned before we cut off, the Florida Sharks have been on top in this power play. Bowling tremendously, taking 3 key wickets early on, 2 cut and bowled and 1 clean bowled by the man Keelan Carmichael. It's been his show today.
It's been really on top, really, from ball 1. And 2 of the wickets he accounted for completely by himself. In fact, all 3.
And Carmichael does come back for a 4th. Not a deliberate full toss, but well stopped. And then Carmichael will take a dot any ball of the day, regardless if it's a full toss, short one, half volley. And that's a very good start here for his 4th over, a dot ball to start. Mukil Ayaswamy, the set man, have to get him out early here. The Florida Sharks slip taken out. So looking for a more aggressive field setup, looking for more aggressive bowling here. I'm assuming Kirk Thompson and his men.
So good athleticism shown by Carmichael. This one worked away off the square. Again. And there, oh, what a mix-up here. And he's gone.
That's not good communication there from Mukil Ayaswamy and Rostin Alkins. Alkins is fuming at the other end. Umpire raises the dreaded finger. Good glove work, good throw, and overall good cricket from the Florida Sharks. The Gothams have lost their 4th wicket here. 6 overs only done, and Mukil Ayaswamy in despair, running out a partner who he could have built a good partnership with, and I think the New York Gothams would need their captain, Jason Greaves, to come out now and play a critical captain's role, or captain's knock, my bad, to register a decent total on the board. Again, Ayaswamy in despair for what just happened. Scenes here at SUNY Purchase, and the Gothams 22 for 4 after 6.2.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So we are back here. At number 6 comes in the captain. As we were mentioning before, Jason Greaves has a lot of weight on his shoulders. Number 66 has got to get runs on the board here with Mukil Ayaswamy. Probably the best pair for this New York Gothams lineup if they want to get a valuable amount of runs here, Carl.
Yeah, they will have to look. In fact, I continue to be mystified how Jason Greaves is batting as low as he is. Considering the struggle that the New York Gothams have had all tournament long, and at which point does the management team of the New York Gothams look to kind of shake things up, move the batting order around to look to generate more production? That said, Jason Greaves comes to the middle with essentially 13.4 overs at his disposal.
And a huge appeal for leg before. He's convinced that it's gone, but the umpire remains unmoved. Good bowling here from Cologne Carmichael. 3 balls, only conceding 1 run and a wicket. So Carmichael and Kirk Thompson must be quite pleased with this bowling. But it could all change. 3 balls could go for 3 maximums. It's just got to be disciplined bowling here from Cologne Carmichael. Got to remove this partnership quite early. If these two stay in, it will be dangerous for the Florida Sharks. Carmichael runs in for his 4th to the captain, Jason Greaves. Short ball. Another dot ball from Cologne Carmichael's been bowling exceptionally well here to finish off his spell. 2 to go. Only conceding 1 run here, Cologne Carmichael.
So Jason Greaves has to look to grab this match by the scruff of the neck. Not sure that the approach, which is to attack Carmichael, is the right one at this juncture. Nonetheless, I think he does the right thing here, gets off strike, and so will survive Cologne Carmichael. And with Carmichael only having 1 delivery remaining, Jason Greaves being off strike, at least he knows that if this is a legal delivery, Carmichael will at least not account for his wicket.
Yeah, it's very good and disciplined bowling here from Cologne Carmichael as he runs in for his last ball of his bowling procedures for today. A flick again from the New York Gothams. I think that might be the 5th or 6th time we've seen that today. Must be big fans of that shot. The New York Gothams batting lineup. 25 for 4 after 7.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So the brilliant spell of Kellen Carmichael comes to an end. 4 overs, 3 for 14. 3 for 14 from his allotment. So Rajan Anand has been reintroduced. He's bowled 2 overs, 1 maiden, none for 6. And so he'll bowl to Mukil Ayasami. Ayasami has scored 15 from as many deliveries. So just going at run a ball, 25 from the power play from 7 overs is a paltry total for any format of cricket, particularly the T20 format. And so Raj Anand continues where he left off in his first spell, and already has Mukil still on the defensive. And Mukil Ayasami will have to look to get a beat on at some point.
Innovation there from Ayaswamy, beats everyone. We'll get a boundary there, much needed boundary for the New York Gothams. Confirmation comes from the umpire that it is buys, hasn't got any bat, missed completely everything. Not much Rajan can do about that, but Sai in bowl the next 4 of his spell.
And so far it's been really a monumental struggle for the New York Gothams batters. No partnership, with the exception of one, have gone into double figures. There has been a partnership of 11 between Marvin Laban and Ayasami. Otherwise, it's been, the partnerships read like the beginning of a telephone number, 7641. And it's been really an incredible struggle.
Yeah, good bowling here from Raj Anand, Carl. Aggressive captaincy, we've seen this from Kirk Thompson in both phases, in particular in this match. We've seen him go back to his reliable bowlers of Kellen Carmichael and Raj Anand, giving no runs here.
And Ariane, would you give the credit to the bowling unit, or do you attribute some of this subpar performance to effectively some ineptness on the part of the Gotham's batters?
I mean, hard work here from the Florida Sharks, but definitely would have to give some credit to the Gotham's batters. I mean, just disciplined bowling from the Florida Sharks, and they seem to be spinning a web here. Raj Anand as he comes in for his last ball of the over. Just a block from Jason Greaves. 8 finished, 30 for 4. Gotham's looking in trouble.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
And we're here for the 9th over in this matchup between the Florida Sharks and NY Gothams. Gothams not looking like they want to be in this stage. 30 for 4 after 8. Smith Patel comes back for his second after conceding only 3 in his first. Disciplined, very disciplined bowling from the Florida Sharks. Haven't conceded many boundaries, only 12 from boundaries. A very successful power play, giving only 22. So right now it's been looking very good for the Florida Sharks and Kirk Thompson and his men, as Smith Patel bowls his first, hits straight to the man at third man. No runs coming again. Struggles for the Gothams, but they have 2 of their best batsmen, Muki Ayaswamy and Jason Greaves, out there. So some hope for this team, but the Florida Sharks will have to get key wickets at this stage, Carl.
And the boundaries they have scored, only 2 boundaries off the bat. One other boundary came by way of buys. And so it's been a monumental struggle throughout. And I'm surprised that that the Gothams have struggled as much as they have, given the quality. I mean, they do have quality in their lineup, and so that's why it probably is a combination of the quality bowling from the Florida Sharks. They are the champions from Phase 1, and also just the not the right approach by the Gotham's batters. As another dot is registered in the books here, and so the ascendancy of ball over bat continues as the ball has dominated here in the morning, and certainly has put the Florida Sharks in a very strong position with 11 overs to go after this one.
Yeah, Carl, disciplined bowling from the Florida Sharks, leading Muki Ayaswamy a bit on the back foot. We've seen his strike rate go down, but he's played a good-looking pull shot, which is misfielded by the man. Sloppy work here. A series of events here at SUNY Purchase, but that's a boundary. And Muki Ayaswamy, his third one of the day, goes up to 20 off 24. And as we were saying, strike rate pressure goes slightly off of the young man.
And not only should the fielder there should have tried to at least make it into a catch. The ball is in the air for some time. Probably wouldn't have gotten there to make it into a catch. But you have to prevent that one from going into the boundary.
Yeah, Carl, definitely agree with you on that one. Missed out on a full toss there. Mukil Ayaswamy, after putting away a bad ball for 4, he's got another one on this occasion, but fails to make contact. 7 from Smith Patel's 1.5 as he finishes with his last ball of the over coming up soon. And again, if I'm a Florida Sharks fan, I'd be quite impressed with this performance. But on the flip side, if I was a Gothams fan, not so much, Carl.
Yeah, the Florida Sharks. In the air, vacant mid-wicket region. This should run away, and it does. So that will close out the over on a strong note. 8 runs from it. And so with 9 gone, it's the Florida Sharks having, in fact, the New York Gothams having been sent in. They're 38 for 4 after 9.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
And we are back here for the 10th over in this matchup between the NY Gothams and the Florida Sharks. Almost halfway through the innings here, and it seems like the Florida Sharks are on top. Despite giving 8 runs in their last over, the highest runs conceded in this game by the Florida Sharks, Carl. Seems to be a new change in the bowling.
And some repair work being done on the surface. I believe some of the nails looks like that's keeping the matting in place, looking to be coming loose. And so a member of the ground staff out on the pitch, and he is commiserating with umpire Kumar Saravanan Katarsan to make sure that the matting is firmly secured. Seems to be satisfied now that his work is done, and he runs off. And so the action will continue momentarily. So this again is match number 17 of the New York Premier in the U.S. Premier League, being played in New York at the SUNY Purchase College Cricket Ground. Beautiful playing facility up here, a hidden gem in the county of Westchester. And we've seen some tremendous cricket played here over the last 10, 12 weeks, both between the phase 1 of this championship, and now we're into phase 2. Phase 1 was won by these very Florida Sharks, and their fortunes haven't been as favorable in phase 2, as they've struggled in the middle of the table at the moment. And they are looking to improve their fortunes. They are 6th place, 6 of 8. And the New York Gothams are 7th of 8. So it's a bottom of the table clash between these two. The winner here will certainly advance their prospects of playing championship cricket later on this season.
Yeah, Carl. New man comes in, Tayshaun Sheikh, medium pace being brought back again. The third medium pacer introduced into this Florida Sharks lineup, Carl. Seems to be working though, restricting them. All 3 wickets, which have been taken by respective bowlers, have been by medium pace / pace bowlers. So,
and change of pace there has Jason Greaves in a tangle as he was looking to either hit straight, then not, then defend. It was caught in maybe 3 minds as the ball took forever to get to him ultimately. And so a good start here from Sheikh, even though I will say that kind of bowling is the kind of bowling that can be targeted. And so I think it will only be a matter of time before Jason Greaves will target Tayshaun Sheikh.
yeah, Carl, we did see that in the Carolina Eagles and Texas Cowboys matchup where good shot there from Jason Greaves will most likely get only 1. As I was saying, though, we did see that in the Carolina Eagles-Texas Cowboys matchup where the Carolina Eagles batting unit was taking on the likes of Danusha Fernando and Adil Nosharan shortly because they're bringing themselves back into the later stages. So it could be a similar strategy for the Gothams, but doesn't seem like it from the bat, Carl.
Well, we'll have to see how things unfold. 10 overs will remain after this one, so we're just about at the halfway point, and still only 39 runs on the board. Ooh, very well. Oh, taken at short fine leg. That's the end of Mukil Ayasami, as the man was well positioned there at short fine leg, and you see it here looking to improvise, just trying to manufacture something, and the catch taken over the shoulder, an easy one in the end. And so that's the end of Ayasami. He goes to 24. It's now 39 for 5.
As per the performance of the previous year, we can see that. हाँ बेबी, कुछ नहीं.
सुबह क्या भूल गए?
Breakfast भूल गया. कर लूँगा.
इतनी बार बोला है, ऐसे मत लेट
So
किया करो.
3 minutes.
अभी तुम्हारे पेट में एसिडिटी हो
बेबी
रही है.
रखूँ. हाँ.
बेबी की चिट चैट 3 मिनट्स में इम्पॉसिबल, मगर MTR का 3 मिनट उपमा जस्ट ऐड हॉट वाटर, मिक्स, कवर और 3 मिनट्स में रेडी. MTR 3 मिनट ब्रेकफास्ट, इंडिया का ब्रेकफास्ट.
I don't know if they can do that now.
So we're back at the action. So another wicket falls as Ayasami, who had been out there since the outset, 24 from 27 balls, and just was perhaps the pressure of having to to improve or increase the run rate for the New York Gothams got the best of him. Looked to play an improvised shot, looking to go over the fine leg region. Didn't get a hold of it well, and just picked out the man who was well posted inside the circle. Had to make an adjustment to take a comfortable catch in the end over his shoulder. And so Ayasami goes 39 for 5 as the new batter Rovin Dusraj walks to the middle.
Have to feel bad there for Mukil Ayasami. Was looking good, did not have to play that shot, but as you said, Carl, pressure does get to batsman's head. First time we've seen a left-hander today, and he just beat off the outside edge. Completes halfway through the innings. 10 done, a good over from Tayshaun Sheikh. 39 for 5 after 10 are the New York Gothams. 39.
As per the performance of the previous year, we can see that. हाँ बेबी कुछ नहीं
सुबह क्या भूल गए?
ब्रेकफास्ट भूल गया कर लूंगा
इतनी
कर
बार
लूंगा
बोला है, ऐसे मत लेट
सो
किया करो।
3 मिनट्स
अभी तुम्हारे पेट में एसिडिटी हो
बेबी
रही है
रखूं हाँ हाँ हाँ
बेबी की चिट-चैट 3 मिनट्स में इम्पॉसिबल मगर MTR का 3 मिनट उपमा जस्ट ऐड हॉट वाटर मिक्स कवर और 3 मिनट्स में रेडी MTR 3 मिनट ब्रेकफास्ट इंडिया का ब्रेकफास्ट.
And we are back for the 11th over here. This matchup between the Florida Sharks and the New York Gothams. Gothams in a spot of trouble, 39 for 5, just losing their opening batsman, Mukil Ayaswamy, in the previous over. Caught, trying to play the ramp shot. Now Jason Greaves is going to have to take a lot of responsibility on his own. Ijaz Safi, my apologies, comes into the attack, the leading wicket taker of the first phase of this USPL. An impressive, quick pace bowler, Carl, and a good change here. Brought him a bit later into the innings than any Kirk Thompson, but still a very impressive bowler, and I think getting 4 out of him in this stage where they are 39 for 5 is crucial.
And I think the only reason why Ijaz is coming this late is because Kellen Carmichael was so good at the top. Both he and Raj Nanan opened the innings spectacularly well. Carmichael had the momentum, was picking up wickets, was being very economical, and so Kirk Thompson opted to just bowl him straight through successfully, and knowing he still had Ijaz Safi as a trump card to use later. And again, given what has transpired here for the New York Gothams, where they have lost almost their entire top order, Ijaz Safi should feast here on this tail.
Yeah, Carl. I think just a quick day to pick up more wickets for Ijaz Safi as the batsmen are waiting. Probably would want to get a helmet for the quick pace of Ijaz Safi as requested by Jason Greaves and Rovin Dusaraj.
So he does get the headgear as Marvin Laban walks to the middle and hands him the helmet. Perhaps a good option there.
Yeah, a lot of confidence for Kirk Thompson and his men at this stage. Again, half of the batting unit is back in the sheds. So Ijaz Safi would have to lunge on this batting lineup. The current batsmen that are out there and the ones yet to come will have to get key wickets, put up a low total for the Florida Sharks. Could also help their net run right there as Ijaz Safi comes in for his second. A leave from Jason Greaves. 2 runs off of the 10 balls he's consumed, Carl.
Yeah, and again, maybe we give the credit here to the bowling unit for the Florida Sharks, as not only 5 wickets in hand here for the New York Gothams, and really just bowlers after this.
Yeah, Safi runs in for his third, just a block from Jason Greaves. Is 8 up 11 balls, 2 runs only. Looks down at the ground, must be thinking, how do I get myself off the strike? How do I get more runs for my side? He's the captain. He's got a lot of expectations on his shoulder here, Jason Greaves.
And I think he may be thinking, we probably have to do our best to get through all 20 overs. So it appears that he's no longer in attack mode, or not in attack mode whatsoever, just looking to defend for the moment. And again, a good ball. So Safi, heels kicked up, and when you have a batter in defensive mode, you can afford to attack and pitch, use some bit of variation, whether in line, whether in length, as you look to figure out a way to get the batsman out, knowing in your mind that you have the comfort that he's not going to look to try to take you out of the park. And so far, Jason Greaves appears to have locked shop here, has closed things down, dancing about the crease. Another dot delivery, and so a tremendous over so far from a Sharks perspective. No run yet conceded in 5 balls.
Yeah, the Sharks do have Smith Patel at deep square leg. No man at deep mid wicket. Could be coming up with a short ball here, Safi. Possibly expecting a leave. Could get another dot. Pitches it up. Drives it straight to the man. Ashrow covers. Thrown back to the keeper. A maiden over from Ijaz Safi. What do you expect with such disciplined bowling? 39 runs for 5 wickets are the New York Gothams after 11.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So the man with the famous soccer name comes into the fray here. Ronaldo Ali Mohammed has been given the ball. And he comes in with the New York Gothams struggling at 39 for 5 after 11 overs. Going at just about 3.6 runs per over. And on course for a projected score. If you go by these apps, the projection looks like 65, which would be the lowest total in U.S. Premier League history. And so the question is, first and foremost, can New York Gothams get through all 20 overs? That would be their first option. The second may be, can they avoid creating history by putting up the lowest total in the history of the U.S. Premier League? And then the third may be then, how much can they put on the board that can give them a good enough chance at defending something tangible, something that they can have their bowlers bowl at?
Yeah, Carl. Intriguing questions you've brought up here. But gotta credit the bowling here of Ronaldo Ali Mohammed. Has quite a lot of youth experience behind him. Has played for the Guyana national team and has represented the West Indies in the 2018 edition of the Under-19 World Cup alongside the likes of Prithvi Shaw, Shubman Gill, Shaheen Shah Afridi and others who have been playing at the international world level cricket. He's got that experience backing himself here in the United States Premier League as he comes into Dovindaraju. Dusaraj, sorry.
So Dusaraj getting a good delivery that he's on the back foot, defending, pushing up into the offside. And Ronaldo is again testing the off stump, and in fact wide is the call here, so fortunate to get one added to the total. So 40 for 5 in over number 12. A very slow, ducking under a ball that was pitched up and it may have skipped off the helmet, and appeal for a catch, and now the umpire will go down just to make sure that the batter is okay, and in fact seems to give the indication that he's fine. And Ariane, if this were an international game, we might have had some concussion protocol being brought into the fray. Test him, see whether or not he would have been any worse for the wear and tear.
Quite possibly bamboozled him on that occasion, and just a loose swing from Dusaraj on this occasion.
And the concussion protocol would be, how many fingers do you see? What day of the week is it? When is your birthday? Do you know what city you're in? I mean, all these questions they ask just to make sure that the batter has their faculties about them. 40 for 5. Another good ball here, and the bowling certainly on top here by the Florida Sharks. They're dominating these New York Gothams, and rare do we see in a T20 game where it's all bowling. So far through 12 overs, only 4 boundaries have come off the bat. And this could be another. And it's a wild swing that takes an edge, flies away for 4. So that's the 5th boundary that's come off the bat. We've had 1 come by way of buys. And so that's 6 boundaries in this innings for the New York Gothams. They have struggled mightily through 12 overs. And so after 12, it's 45 for 5.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
And welcome back, everyone. We're here for the 13th over. This matchup between the New York Gothams and the Florida Sharks. The first one of today. Coming up next is the NJ Titans and the Washington Seattle Hawks. Not to be confused with Washington, D.C., but yes, in fact, the Washington Seattle Hawks. Jason Greaves on the strike, the captain of this side. He's got a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. Needs to get crucial runs for his side. As Ijaz Safi, after bowling a tremendous maiden over, comes back for a second, running into the captain.
Wow. Ball keeping a bit low. Jason Greaves playing on the back foot, which we've seen that playing on the back foot may not be the best option.
Yep.
Struggle continues, though. It's again bowling on top all the way. Carmichael, 4 overs, 3 for 14. Raj Nanan, 3 overs, 1 maiden, none for 7. Smit Patel, 2 overs, none for 11. Another good ball. And we've seen Tayson Sheikh, 1 over, 1 for 1. Ronaldo Mohammed, 1 over, none for 6. And of course, Ijaz Safi bowling here. His first over was a maiden. And so he is yet to concede a run in his bowling spell so far. So bowling on top for sure.
Yeah, Carl, very, very good bowling from the Florida Sharks. It seems as if the NY Gothams have sort of lost their intent to play. Haven't really seen many attacking strokes other than the last one of the previous over. Another leave, but it's signaled wide from the umpire. So an excusable leave from Jason Greaves, but at this stage, don't know if leaving the ball is really necessary. You don't have many overs left, around 7. So, just again, not smart cricket from the Gothams, but you'll have to get runs where you can get runs. But again, valuable bowling from Ijaz Safi. He's bowling tremendously. Again, beats the outside edge of Jason Greaves, and he's standing in the middle of the pitch, showing his aggression towards the captain of the Gothams. Wants his wicket desperately.
And saying, what do you have for me? What do you have for me here? Nothing. You've got nothing. And Jason Greaves, what will his response be? Certainly for now, his approach has been to shut it down, to basically close up shop and defend for the moment. At some point, though, they'll have to unleash here and look to at least play with some intent. For now, they're intent on playing 4-day cricket.
He just blocked that one, hasn't he, Jason Greaves? Another block. 18 balls consumed from the captain. Not the best of ways to approach your T20 innings, but he's doing what he can do. Very, very good bowling from Ijaz Safi. 1 maiden, 1 run only conceded, that too from an extra. Safi. And runs, finally runs there from Jason Greaves. Bumps into Ijaz Safi there, probably as a joke, but...
So 47 then the total for 5. As Greaves gets off strike.
Pressure building for the Gothams though here, Carl. I'm assuming Rovin Dusraj would have to go for a big hit, just like how he did in the previous over off Ronaldo Ali Muhammad.
Was not in control, but just threw his hands at it. Got a thick outside edge, and it flew. So throwing caution to the wind. Let's see what he does here. Just opts to defend. And that will close out over number 13. Just 2 runs from it. And so with 13 gone, it's 47 for 5.
As per the performance of the previous year, we can see that. हाँ बेबी, कुछ नहीं.
सुबह क्या भूल गए?
Breakfast भूल गया. कर लूँगा.
इतनी बार बोला है, ऐसे मत लेट किया करो.
3 minutes.
अभी तुम्हारे पेट में एसिडिटी हो
बेबी
जाएगी.
रखो. हाँ.
बेबी की चिट-चैट 3 minutes में? Impossible. मगर MTR का 3 minute उपमा. Just add hot water, mix, cover और 3 minutes में ready. MTR 3 minute breakfast. India का breakfast.
Yep, and we're back here for the 14th over in this matchup between the Florida Sharks and the New York Gothams. Not good stuff for the batting unit of the New York Gothams, but incredible here from the Florida Sharks. Have shown what playing championship cricket is like. The defending champions of Phase 1 for the CBTF USPL. And Ronaldo Ali Muhammad comes back for a second after conceding 6 in his first. Jason Greaves, the captain, to take strike once again, has taken up 19 balls here, Carl.
19 balls for his 3 runs. Not the most productive. He clips this one away. Could this be a boundary? In fact, his man is well positioned there in the deep, so he'll get a couple. And happy to just keep the scoreboard moving here towards their first team milestone, 1 shy of crossing. And Greaves goes up to 5. It's been a struggle for the skipper. Is a strike rate of just 25. So has scored a run for every 4 ball that he's faced. And so it's been a very uphill climb here for the captain. Oh, this is in the air, and in fact had no idea where it had gone. And now he'll get more, or will they? No, he had run well past the crease, so couldn't take advantage of the overthrow. And so that brings up the 50. The 50 comes up in over number 14, which is perhaps one of the latest time in a T20 match in the USPL that we've seen a team cross 50. And so partnership here, the second one to get into double figures. 11-run partnership here. And in fact, we saw another 11-run partnership between Marvin Laban and Ayasami, and then Jason Greaves and Ayasami also shared in a 16-run partnership. So this is the 3rd partnership that's gone into double figures, but none have been substantial.
Runs though, regardless for the Gothams, just tucking it away. They won't get it. I think Jason Greaves slipped at the keeper's end there slightly.
So he did lose his footing there, and so then couldn't come back for the second. Dusraj looked like he was intent on trying to get 2, just at least showing some level of urgency, as we've seen a lack of intent on the part of the Gotham batters, and as a result they have struggled just to get to 50 with only 39 balls remaining.
Good looking stroke from
gone for a maximum, and the first maximum of the innings, CBTF maximum. Jason Greaves getting a pull down from Ronaldo Muhammad, and he takes it out of the ground as you see it there, hitting against the wall, which is the backdrop of the SUNY Purchase College.
Yeah, good looking shot there from Jason Greaves, as I was going to mention. Very nice pull shot, back of the length from Ronaldo Ali Muhammad. Misses his line there and punished from Greaves. Goes at it once more, a good looking flick. But a man is there to stop the boundary. Only 1 for the skipper, but Carl, signs of aggression here.
And sometimes you just need that one release shot just to sort of get you going. And so one fell swoop, one swing of the blade, and Jason Greaves has moved his strike rate up now to 56. So again, only 37 balls remain in the innings. A play and a miss that will close out the over. 11 runs from it. And so that's the tallest building in this Manhattan skyline for the Florida Sharks. And so it's 58 for 5 after.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
Welcome back, everyone. Here for the 15th over in this matchup between the Gothams and the Florida Sharks. As we can see, Raj Nanan brought back for his final over. He's bowled a good first spell, 3 overs, 1 maiden, 7 runs. Supported Kellon Carmichael quite well in his 3-wicket spell when he opened proceedings with the ball for the Florida Sharks. And Raj Nanan, trying to replicate the same, would need to get some wickets here. Greaves tucks it away towards point, will not get a run, was interested, but Deuce Raj rejects from the other end. Nanan wants to bowl a consistent 5, would need to break this partnership. The highest for the Gothams today. Slash off the blade of Greaves will get off strike.
So at least now the batters are looking to at least rotate the strike, and the strike rotation is the beginning of at least some intent shown by the batters. Partnership of 20 here between these two. So as you would have pointed out, Ariane, the highest partnership of the innings here for the New York Gothams.
Yeah, Carl, seems to be a bit of a comeback for the Gothams, but not a huge one. Might have to make do with whatever they'll get here, excluding possibly some wickets, but need to get runs at this stage. Florida Sharks would be hoping to continue their run at this stage, chasing less than 100 would most definitely be easy for them, as well as increasing their net run rate. A good ball from Nanan sliding on 4th stump. Good keeping from Lorando. Best has the gloves on today. Has been exceptionally well with the gloves, and a huge swing of the bat
taken
from Deuce Raj, but in no man's land, straight to the man at long on, long off region, and just a sitter. Not the best of strokes. We've seen Deuce Raj just throw his bat at it, and not even on the boundary rope there. It's a good catch, and trouble continues for the New York Gothams. 6 down, 59 runs on the board, and 14.5 completed.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
And after seeing Deuce Raj go for a big hit, introduces the man at number 8, Waqas Akhtar. Hasn't really had an impactful season with the bat for Gotham, so I'm assuming the last hope for them would be the captain, Jason Greaves. But again, we've seen people at number 8, number 9 in T20s contribute slightly with the bat. So we'll have to see what is in store for Waqas Akhtar here coming up against a fired Raj Nanan after taking a wicket. He's bowled tremendously, economically as well. A good opening spell with Carmichael as he comes in to finish his 4. Just a block from Waqas Akhtar. Good 6 from Raj Nanan. Good 24 actually from Raj Nanan. Ends with an economy of 2, which leaves the NY Gothams 59 for 6 after 15.
So a boundary to Jason Greaves as Ijaz Safi concedes, and a very quick delivery. Greaves just getting an under edge, and then it flew away down to the fine leg region. So Greaves up to 18, and perhaps the last hope here for the New York Gothams, as wind has taken our tent in the media center, and lifted it clear off the ground and sent our technicians and scorers and third umpires scrambling. Everybody trying to secure this tent. 63 for 6, 29 balls remaining. Ijaz Safi runs in. And this one is tugged into the onside by Greaves. Picks up his 19th run. And 28 balls then remain. Still, New York Gotham's going at just 4 runs and over. And so they're on course for a total less than 100. And so, Ariane, the question is, can they get through the 20 overs? That's 1. And 2, can they cross 100 here?
Yeah, Carl, 2 intriguing questions. We'll have to wait to see if those could be answered. But Fauzi Jasufi here coming into Waqas Akhtar might have to be aiming at the 3 sticks again. Not someone who is primarily known with his efforts with the bat, coming in at a low number at number 8. He'll have to be trying to swing, not swing, but get runs wherever he could get. But if Fauzi Jasufi at this point with his pace, angling it on the stumps.
And I agree. At this juncture, if you were a pacer, you should be bowling at the stumps and forcing these batters, just testing their skill sets. As you see, another swing and a miss, and the batters are simply just throwing their hands at everything. And so, either if they miss, I hit. And so, bowling here, these bowlers would have to be thinking bowling at the sticks. If the batter swings and misses, then they would hit. And so I'm surprised that Safi hasn't looked to go fuller. And again, back of a length. And so another dot registered in the books. 25 balls remaining. 64 the total on the board. So this innings for New York Gotham is going nowhere.
Yeah, Carl, but good bowling from the Florida Sharks. We've seen the highest economy rate given by a bowler is at 8.5. Other than that, everything has been under 6. 3.52, 5.51, and 2.5. Quite respectable numbers in the T20 format for an economy rate. Just tremendous bowling here from the Florida Sharks as Waqas Akhtar just blocks it straight back to Ijaz Sufi. Good 3 overs completed by him. Only conceded 7. NY Gothams 64 for 6 with only 4 to go in their proceedings.
As per the performance of the previous year, we can see that. हाँ बेबी, कुछ नहीं.
सुबह क्या भूल गए?
ब्रेकफास्ट भूल गया. कर लूँगा.
इतनी बार बोला है, ऐसे मत लेट लीड
So,
किया करो
3 minutes.
अभी तुम्हारी
Okay.
ट्रीट में एसिडिटी हो
Baby
रही है
रखूं? हाँ हाँ हाँ.
बेबी की चिट-चैट 3 मिनट्स में इम्पॉसिबल, मगर MTR का 3 मिनट उपमा जस्ट ऐड हॉट वाटर, मिक्स, कवर और 3 मिनट्स में रेडी। MTR 3 मिनट ब्रेकफास्ट, इंडिया का ब्रेकफास्ट।
And we are back for the last 4 overs in this matchup between the Florida Sharks and the New York Gothams. Ronaldo Ali Muhammad comes back for his 3rd over, conceding 17 from his last 12. 64 for 6 are the New York Gothams. About to set a USPL record. Not a good one, but a record indeed will be set if they reach a score of less than 90. A flick from Jason Greaves. Call for catch. A very good take there from Smith Patel, the vice captain of this side. A diving attempt as floppies come off, and that's a very good catch running in. The captain, Jason Greaves, has to depart. 19 off 28. Not the best of innings from him, but Florida Sharks will take it. 7 down are the New York Gothams, and if you're a New York Gothams fan, scenes are not looking great for you with the bat over here.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Yeah, welcome back, folks. If you just joined us, last ball, Ronaldo Ali Muhammad with his first ball of his 3rd over, breaks through, gets the captain, Jason Greaves. A good catch by Smith Patel, the man at deep square leg, runs in and completes the catch. Ronaldo Ali Muhammad would have to clean things up here now. Habib Shah, the man at number 9, and Carl, your number 8, number 9 are in. I don't think you'd have much hope now if you're a New York Gothams fan.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much curtains here. It's all over bar the shouting. And so Ronaldo comes back for more. And this will be a leg by. So 1 leg by added as score pushes up to 65. So just 22 balls remain.
Yeah, Carl, but 22 balls. Don't know if you could do much with that with your number 8, number 9 there, and Ronaldo Ali Muhammad coming into bowl. A thick edge will run away to the man at deep 3rd man. Only a single there. Good bowling from Ronaldo Ali Muhammad. Came back from his last over where he was hit for 11 runs, the highest number of runs conceded by both of the Florida Sharks in this matchup today. And stay tuned, folks. Our next match is between the Washington Seattle Hawks and the New Jersey Titans. Another thriller as an attempt for run out, and it's given. Didn't drag his bat on that occasion. A very good piece of fielding there from the Florida Sharks. An underarm throw there. I've been taught that at a very young age, any type of cricketer, how important fielding is, and those underarm throws. A direct hit, and the umpire raises the dreaded finger. 8 down now for the New York Gothams. The second run out we have seen here today, and not great running between the wickets either from the New York Gothams. Yeah, again, not good scenes from the New York Gothams. Poor communication from both the batsmen on this side, and another wicket falls. 8 down here.
And Saud Yunus now makes his way out to the middle. So it's been all Florida Sharks.
Attempted bouncer first up. Good bowling from Ronaldo Ali Muhammad. Given first for the over by the umpire here. And I wonder, Carl, what the strategy for these two are. Do I just swing at everything? Do I play 20 overs? And it seems to me they're swinging at everything. A huge appeal, and it's given. The umpire raises the dreaded finger there. Good bouncer from Ronaldo Ali Muhammad. And Waqas Akhtar has to go after only scoring 1 run off 8 balls. Has gloved that one straight to the keeper's hand. Good piece of glove work from Ronaldo Best. And 9 down are the New York Gothams. About to set a USPL record here for the lowest team total. It's 66 for 9 after 17.
As per the performance of the previous year, we can see that. हाँ बेबी कुछ नहीं
सुबह क्या भूल गए?
ब्रेकफास्ट भूल गया कर लूंगा
इतनी
कर
बार
लूंगा
बोला है, ऐसे मत लेट किया करो।
3 minutes
अभी तुम्हारी ट्रीट में एसिडिटी हो
बेबी
रही है।
रखूं हाँ हाँ हाँ
बेबी की चिट-चैट 3 minutes में इम्पॉसिबल मगर MTR का 3 minute उपमा जस्ट ऐड हॉट वाटर मिक्स कवर और 3 minutes में रेडी MTR 3 minute breakfast इंडिया का ब्रेकफास्ट.
And if you're just joining us, not good scenes here from the New York Gothams. 66 for 9. Lost 3 of these wickets in the last over. Run out, a catch at deep square leg, and a caught behind off the glove.
So, Krishna Bhatia will be the last man standing.
And Smith Patel, the man with ball in hand. I'm surprised Kirk Thompson has not gone with Ijaz Safi on this occasion. Last man in, just get the wicket and chase your 60, 70 odd runs.
Yeah, at this stage, I'm sure he's thinking it hardly matters. Like by. Just 67 runs on the board. Just a very subpar performance by the New York Gothams.
Yeah, Carl, wasn't expecting that at all today. But if you're a Florida Sharks fan, you'll take that any day of the week. And I'm assuming if you're Kirk Thompson, you take it too. Very, very good piece of cricket from the Florida Sharks. A captain backing his men, an aggressive approach here. We love to see that in T20 cricket, and it's working brilliantly for the men in blue.
So 17 balls remaining in the innings. And ball well pitched up to the batter, just outside off. And another dot registered in the book. So the matchup after this one will feature the New Jersey Titans taking on the Washington Hawks, a matchup that should be very interesting. Tomorrow, the action returns right here at SUNY Purchase. Pennsylvania Cavaliers and the Texas Cowboys, and the Carolina Eagles and the Maryland Mavericks will be vying for in 2 very competitive matchups that have top of the table implications, and so we invite you back here tomorrow for the action in that doubleheader, which promises to be an interesting one.
Yeah, Carl, definitely looking forward to tomorrow's matchups.
Oh!
And a drop from Smith Patel. Hits straight back at him and seems to be disappointed on that occasion. Should have been taken, but can't do much about that. Has to go back and bowl his last 2, but a clear chance to get them all out for 67. Don't think that number is going to change regardless, but still, a missed chance is a missed chance, Carl.
I did have the opportunity to pluck it out of the air. This will be a wide. So I'll have to reload and re-bowl that one.
Yeah, missing his line on that occasion. Just trying to bowl a little outside off Yorker, similar to what he did a couple balls ago. as Smith Patel runs in for his final two. A leave from Bhatia. Surprised to be leaving it at this occasion where you only have 13 balls, 14 balls to go. But it's been clear signs of not as much intent from the Gothams. 68 runs after 17.5 overs. Just not the best efforts from the batting side. And just amazing from the Florida Sharks. As they'll try to guide that one away there. Krishna Bhatia will miss it. Goes straight into the keeper's hand. Good piece of work here from the Florida Sharks. 2 overs to go, 12 balls. 68 for 9 are the New York Gothams.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
And welcome back, folks. Last 12 balls, last 2 overs here in this matchup between the New York Gothams and the Florida Sharks. Gothams have not been on their A game as Saad hits it straight to the man at the long off region. Ronaldo Ali Muhammad comes in for his last 6. Carl, an impressive last over from Ronaldo Ali Muhammad, picking up 3 wickets.
Yes, Ronaldo did come back into the fray. Quite interesting that, well, while 3 wickets fell in the over, 1 was by way of run out, but Ronaldo is a quality all-rounder, and so you would expect that he will continue to apply pressure. And with Gotham struggling here at 69 for 9, looking to wrap up the innings in this over.
A select side wide there, signaled by the umpire. Misses his line. Ronaldo Ali Muhammad, we have seen that on some occasions where he has missed his line. His 3rd wide of today. The most conceded by a Florida Sharks bowler, but still bounced back regardless. A very good bowler, has been bowling at the right areas 99% of the times, except for missing his line here and there. But again, a very valuable asset for the Florida Sharks.
Hard-hitting batsman as well. And this one is hit down the ground. Will probably only concede or yield 1, and so 1 added to the total. Score pushes up to 71, and only 9 balls remain in the innings here for the New York Gothams. Can they get over 85, 90, let's say? Can they get close to the 3-figure mark? How much more do they have in store?
Yeah, Carl, I know last time we were in the booth, you were talking about psychological scores like 50, 100. I think that has a huge role to play now. 71 for 9 here, getting maybe 10, 15 odd runs would definitely be a huge boost for the Gothams as he chipped that one up. A man, Smith Patel, I believe, tried to get some bit of hand on it, but can't. A boundary nevertheless for Saad Yunus. Score goes up to 75.
A well-needed boundary for the New York Gothams. Need a few more of those. Can they pull a couple more out the hat? And they need 25 more to get to 100, so it's not impossible, but probably unlikely. Hits well through the offside. And this will go for another boundary. So Saad Yunus on the attack here as you see him up and over. That's a good looking shot for a lower order player. And he picks up a boundary for that effort.
A very good shot there indeed. Carl up and over the vacant covers region. And he'll get runs regardless. Is he going to go for one more? Good short ball from Ronaldo Ali Muhammad. Lands with a dot. Folks, our last over is coming up. The score is 79 for 9 for the New York Gothams.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So the final over here of the New York Gothams innings, 79 for 9 the total on the board. Gotham's going at just over 4 and over, 4.16 to be precise. Final 6 balls. And it will be Ijaz Safi. Hit well through the offside. Protection at long off. And the captain, Kirk Thompson, is positioned out there. So that will take the total up to 80.
Good looking shot there from Krishna Bhatia. Gets the main man, Saad Yunus, the man who did hit back-to-back boundaries off Ronaldo Ali Muhammad in the previous over. Could we see something magical here?
Well, he's got 5 balls to see if he can get his team across the 3-figure mark. That would require a boundary here, at least. Can't
And
get
just
one.
flicks that one away, Carl.
A good delivery and Safi bowling at good pace, so not able to get him away. But what he does is just get himself off strike. 4 balls to go. So perhaps the easiest chase that Florida Sharks will have in this U.S. Premier League, at least in Phase 2, should be very straightforward.
I think, Carl, it's the easiest chase that any team must have in this Phase 2 of USPL. The lowest score most likely to be conceded by to be made by a team as he edges that one over the top. He'll get 4 for that. Runs at any occasion won't matter for the New York Gothams. The score goes up to 85 with 3 to go, sorry.
So just throwing his hands at it, letting the ball do the rest of the work. 19-run partnership here between these two. So productive. 3 delivers remaining.
Surprisingly, Carl, the second highest partnership put up by this New York Gotham side. 20 put up by the captain, Jason Greaves, and Rovin Dusraj, as they will get runs on this occasion as well, with 2 balls to spare for Ijaz Safi. Wonder where he'll go here. Slower one, short one. He'll have to get a wicket. Only a wicket is on his mind. Ijaz Safi, the leading wicket taker from Phase 1 of this CBTF Speed News USPL. Again, Carl, only 3 runs short from 90 runs, so at least be aiming to hit a good short ball. A dot ball there from Ijaz Safi. Exactly what he wanted. 1 to go now for the Gothams.
So last ball, you see it there on screen. 87 for 9. Can they get to 93? Can they get into the 90s?
Or will it just be a dot ball? Let's see, Carl. Safi running in for the last ball of the first innings. And a short ball. Surprised they're not going to run. And now they will. Tactics possibly from the New York Gothams there.
So they end at 88 for 9. 88 for 9 as it ends with a bye. And it's confirmed by the umpire. And so the Florida Sharks will be chasing 8 and 9 for victory. So we'll pause here, return on the other side of the break for a couple of interviews, possibly with Kellen Carmichael of the Florida Sharks, who finished with 4 overs, 3 for 14. And so we'll return on the other side of the break.
Hello everyone. We've had an exciting matchup here between the Florida Sharks and the NY Gothams, the 17th match of this United States Premier League Phase 2. Alongside me is the man of the show, Carmichael, a man who's taken 3 wickets in the power play, only conceding 14 runs. Christian, well bowled. What was your thought process going on while you were bowling, and what were you trying to execute out today?
Basically, my game plan was to hit good areas, and when we started, the ball was swinging around a bit, so I just tried to keep the ball in the right areas, not to be too predictable. So, and it worked out fine.
I know today is a must-win game for the Florida Sharks. 1-3, lost your first 3. How important was your bowling spell in terms of getting such a low score for the NY Gothams?
Well, yeah, definitely. It was important that we started well. We couldn't ask for a better start. So, like I say, we had a plan to go out and hit good areas and execute, try to get them as minimum as possible in the 6 overs, and it worked out pretty well today. And coming into this game, we were a bit behind, so getting them for a low total and then trying to get it will boost our net run rate. So that'll do well for us.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Carmichael. All the best for the chase. And thank you for our viewers, folks. That's the man, Christian Carmichael, the man of the show. And before I sign off, I'd like to thank our title sponsor, CBTF Speed News, the fastest and most reliable gaming platform in the world, as well as our associate sponsor, MCR.
So the umpires walk back to the middle. Umpires Kumar Saravana Venkatarsan and Philip Ray as they take the field. And the news is that the Florida Sharks need a mere 89 from 120 balls at an asking rate of 4.45. 4.45 the ask as they look to go 2-3 on the season. At least in phase 2. And so Florida Sharks have a fairly straightforward chase here as they look to go in search of 89 needed for victory.
Yeah, Carl, it should be a fairly easy chase here for the Florida Sharks. I mean, if they can't get it across the line here, I don't know what possibly can. 89, the lowest total chasing for any side in phase 2 of this CBTF USPL. Previously was posted the lowest score by the Florida Sharks, 91 all out by my Carolina Eagles.
And so the fielding team, you see them there. They'll be taking the field momentarily, just in their huddle. And so now they head out, led by Captain Jason Greaves.
Was quite surprised, Carl, coming in at number 6, the captain, Jason Greaves. Surprised he didn't promote himself up the order, possibly at number 4.
And I was having a chat with Jason, and it seems like it was a team decision, sort of a management decision, to have him try to bolster the middle order. And so after much discussion, it was determined that perhaps the middle order, having him in the middle order, would settle the team a bit. But we've seen the top order continually fail here for the New York Gothams. So they'll have to look to sort of figure out what that middle order is going to be able to bring them in the games ahead. Nonetheless, we are where we are. They were only able to get to 88 for 9 off their 20 overs. Importantly, they did get through the 20 overs, which is a start. But certainly for a team the quality of the Florida Sharks, perhaps not enough. As you see the 2 batters, the 2 openers walk into the middle. And Kirk Thompson, one of the 2, walks out here. And it looks to be Raj Nanan as well.
2 lefties here, Carl. Could be a tactical move by Kirk Thompson, the captain, promoting himself up the order as an opener. Would want to get these runs quickly, I'd say. Get them at least a couple overs after the power play would be looking to finishing things off very quickly, get that net run rate up. A perfect opportunity for the Florida Sharks to bounce back and come up the points table. Don't you think, Carl?
For sure, they're sixth by the net run rate calculation. They're behind the Texas Cowboys, who have the same record as they do, 1-3. Texas Cowboys with a better net run rate. Net run rate for the Cowboys, negative 0.3124. The Florida Sharks are negative 0.9063. The Gothams are negative 0.9180. So, and all three are 1-3 on the season in phase 2. And so, if Florida Sharks can complete a clinical win here in quick time, they would definitely not only improve to 2-3, but also would improve their net run rate substantially.
Yeah, and a lot of thanks goes to the man of the first innings, Kilon Carmichael. Had the opportunity to talk to him during the midway point of this match, and talked about how important it was to hit the specific lines. I think the NY Gothams would want to do that today. Similarly, as Rajanan gets up and running with a pull shot, could go away to the fence but stops. We've seen that a lot happen in the tri-state. The ball just stopping, and it seems Mokil Ayaswamy has the gloves for the New York Gothams, and the Florida Sharks are up and running.
So good looking shot, just back of a length, angle down the leg side, and just tucked it behind square to get to open his account. Rajnanan, quality player. 360 player, struck on the pad, and they're appealing for his wicket. And it looked a good shout. It was ball was on the full, right into the blocks, and from our angle, the replay doesn't allow us to see exactly where he was struck. But given the intensity and the confidence of the appeal, if this were an international match, men may have gone upstairs to see if they could dislodge Rajnanan early, because if he hangs around, he could blaze his way to make this a very short-lived run chase.
Good ball by Habib Shah regardless, just angling it into the pads. A tough decision for the umpires standing up, Philip Ray and Saravanan Kumar Venkatesan. As Rajanan just flicks it towards a square leg region. Wanted one. Kirk declines. A dot ball overall. It's good bowling from Habib Shah so far, Carl. 3 balls, 2 runs.
So just what they need in terms of economy. They do need wickets, though, which is perhaps a bit more important. They need early wickets, as if they allow these two to settle, it could be a short morning and about to turn afternoon in a few minutes. Oh.
It's a good bouncer from Habib Shah. Struck Rajanan with surprise. Absolutely bamboozled him on that occasion.
And that's a Jaffer. And again, this is what we've seen on the surface, where the ball pitched in the length. And you see it there where it's pitched, but it makes a lot more height than a ball pitched at that length generally does. And so, surprising Nanan. And so now there will be a break in the action. And so we'll pause here and return when cricket resumes here at SUNY Purchase.
Yeah, just applying spray there towards the hand of Rajnanan. Might have been struck there by that short ball by Habib Shah. Umpire Saravana Kumar Venkatesan just making sure everything's alright with the man in the middle. again, should be an easy chase for the Florida Sharks here. 87 runs in 19.2 overs. Seems to me that we're resuming play shortly. Renanan has his glove back. Might be in a bit of pain trying to grip the bat. Yeah, definitely in pain there, Raj Nanan. But has to get going for his side. Habib Shah coming in for his fifth. And struck on the pads. Unmoved is the umpire. Kirk Thompson screaming, yeah, at the other end. Possibly to distract the fielders.
And Nanan seems a little bit out of sorts, and not sure if the ball, having struck him previously, may have shaken him up a bit, just from whether a confidence standpoint or just from a concentration standpoint. But it's very uncharacteristic to see him not look as composed as he usually is, and had two balls to strike him on the pad. And the fielder's appealing for his wicket. Again, this time this could be a wide. But no is the call as the over comes to an end. It's 2-0 after one.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
Folks, for the second over of proceedings here for the New York Gothams with the ball. The captain has turned to Royston Alkins. Spin brought in early, similar to what we saw with the Florida Sharks. And seems to me Raj Nanan might be going off, or he's just given spray. My apologies on that occasion. He's given spray by the captain, Jason Greaves, as we'll be taking a break from the action, brought to you by the SUNY Purchase Ground.
So clearly Raj Nanan in further more discomfort than we had suspected initially, and still he looks like he was hit on the fingers, as now he is not only is he flexing it, you can see he has put the spray on, but still looking at it as if I think it's starting to develop some swelling, it would appear. And he now has the gloves off, and when a situation like that happens, you kind of have to either keep the glove on and continually flex it. Otherwise, once it starts to tighten, I think all bets are off. You're perhaps going to be without the use of that hand for a moment. And so this one is worked away, and in fact it's wides, and there's 5 of them from Alkins to start. So an inauspicious beginning here, as he drifts down the wrong line and it goes away for 5 wides. And so that will contribute to the Florida Sharks to their effort. And so they're already up to 7 for none. He's yet to record a legal delivery in this over.
Yeah, Carl, Florida Sharks will take that any day of the week.
And Florida Sharks, again, only the asking rate for them is under 5, so less than run a ball is the ask, so it should be a very straightforward chase. That said, because of their negative net run rate one would think they would go pretty aggressively at this target to try to get it within just a few overs to boost their net run rate as they look to go to 2-3 on the season phase 2. And so that has to be in the back of the minds of Captain Kirk Thompson and his men. Thompson, the man on strike.
He's hit on the body on that occasion there, Captain Kirk Thompson. His economy is already at 5 here, Carl. Royston Alkins.
But a better delivery as he comes back with. And suddenly we've seen batters struggle. We definitely saw the Gothams batters struggle on the surface. So you wonder if the surface perhaps should be given more credit for the low total that the Gothams put up than we might have even accounted for. And it's left to be seen depending on how that impact plays here as Thompson, how that impact plays on the Florida Sharks as Thompson goes down the ground for his first run. So he's up and running.
Intent showed straight away on that occasion by Kirk Thompson there, Carl. Just wants to whip at that one. Hits it straight to the man in the V.
And going down the ground, only the two fielders outside the circle in the power play. There's a man at deep mid-wicket straight, and then there's a long on. Now the mid-wicket is coming in, and deep extra cover is going out in the form of Marvin Laban.
This is a block from Raj Nanan. Good ball from Royston Alkins on that occasion. Florida Sharks need only 81 from 18.2 with an asking rate of about 4.5. Nice drive from Raj Nanan. That is hit in the gap firmly for 4. A very good looking stroke from Raj Nanan. That hit on the finger doesn't mean much for the man from Guyana. A very good looking stroke will boost their score up to 12 for the Florida Sharks.
And you see it there as it goes across the ropes. Very elegant, stylish play off the blade of Raj Nanan.
Hesitation there again. We saw that quite a lot in the New York Gothams innings. At close of the second over, 12 for no loss is the score for the Florida Sharks.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Back for the third over here. Florida Sharks only chasing 89 runs in their given 120 balls, as Habib Shah has been given one more over. A no-brainer here from the captain, Jason Greaves. Habib Shah only conceding 2 runs in his first over. A huge appeal for the leg before of Raj Nanan there, but was given not out. Starts off proceedings with a wide here. Habib Shah misses his line on that occasion. Carl.
So, again, when you only have a very low total on the board, you want to be as economical as possible. And so far, already 6 runs conceded by way of extras, all coming by way of wides.
A nice looking punch from Kirk Thompson, the captain, but hit straight to the man at covers. The importance of Raj Nanan in this Florida Shark side is monumental here. Carl, the MVP of Phase 1, contributing 705 total points, mostly with the bat, opens the bowling and the batting. So quite frankly, Carl, probably the most integral part of this Florida Sharks unit.
Oh.
And given, stayed low on that occasion there, and trapped Kirk Thompson, the captain, leg before, only concedes one, gets off the mark and has to go back to the sheds. First blood for the Gothams.
Kept way low. You can see the replay there. Kirk Thompson just skipping back, waiting for the ball to come up off the surface. It did not. And so he loses. He's trapped on the crease, as you see it here once again. So looks like a good call from umpire Phil Ray. He raises that fateful finger. And so it's 13 for 1.
As per the performance of the previous year, we can see that. हाँ बेबी, कुछ नहीं.
सुबह क्या भूल गए?
Breakfast भूल गया. कर लूँगा.
कितनी बार बोला है, ऐसे मत लेट किया करो.
3 minutes.
अभी तुम्हारी ट्रीट में एसिडिटी हो
बेबी
जाएगी.
रखूँ. हाँ.
बेबी की चिट-चैट 3 minutes में? Impossible. मगर MTR का 3 minute उपमा. Just add hot water, mix, cover और 3 minutes में ready. MTR 3 minute breakfast. इंडिया का breakfast.
So the word is that the batter who was incoming was off the field for 15 minutes. So he can't come in back into contention to be a batter within that time frame. And so umpires observing the rules very keenly on top of all things. And so that batter will be able to come back later, but can only come back, I believe the confirmation is after 28 minutes now. So Kevin Stout it is.
Yeah, not a lot of expectations here for Kevin Stout. Carl only chasing, again, 89, so just have to play his game at this state in the run chase. But good bowling from Habib Shah. 1.2 overs, 3 runs, and the wicket of the captain, Kirk Thompson. As Kevin Stout gets ready to face his first ball. Coming in, Habib Shah. And he's edged it. Oh, flying attempt from the man at gully. But protection is back there. They'll get one. A very, very good effort from the Gothams. As you can see on the replay, edged a flying attempt.
Perhaps should have pulled that one in. A diving attempt from Alkins, I think it is. And may have gotten 2 hands to it, but was not able to reel it in. Had to extend as that all of that 6'2" frame. And in the end, just eluding him. So Kevin Stout gets a life straight away. And so Gotham's pressing to try to pick up wickets here at the top. Right in the block hole. What bowling. Quality bowling from Habib Shah. And just trying to build some pressure here on both Kevin Stout and Raj Nanan. It's been just as much a struggle for these Florida Sharks as it was for the New York Gothams. So Gothams have come back well, defending a small total. This time it'll be punched off the square. Could be a boundary here as it crosses the ropes now. And so good looking shot from Rajnanan, finding the gap expertly. And so he pushes up into double figures. He goes up to 10.
Yeah, nothing stopping Rajnanan here, Carl. Gets a back of the length ball and just lashes at it. Runs, valuable runs for the Florida Sharks as the score goes up to 18. Not in a lot of pressure to get runs going. Again, the asking rate is just about 4. So Nanan continuing where he left off, as I was saying, Phase 1 MVP, very important part of this Florida Sharks side as he struck on the inner thigh pad on that occasion.
So that will complete the over. 6 runs from it. It's 18 for 1 after 3.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
Going on. So 18 for 1 over number 3 completed. And see a bowler here. Looks like a new bowler being introduced. Or Royston Atkins. Actually, is Alkins coming back? No, the ball is with someone else.
It's a good strike first up by Kevin Stout. Just hits it straight to the man at covers. Rovin Dusraj starting proceedings with the ball. Left arm medium pacer. Saw him do some sorts with the bat. Highest run partnership. Some 20-odd runs with the captain, Jason Greaves, as this one beats the outside edge straight into Mokil Ayaswami's gloves.
So, not much happening here in this chase so far. Again, 71 to get from 100 balls. So, the asking rate is really inconsequential for now. Down the leg side, wide it will be. So that helps the Sharks' cause.
Yeah, Carl, we'll get anything that they could get on this occasion. And we'd have to remind our viewers that this is not the only game of today. Our next matchup between the 3-1 NJ Titans and the 1-3 Washington Seattle Hawks. Florida Sharks only require 70 runs from 16.4 deliveries as Rovin Dusraj comes in for his third. Scampers on their back foot. They'll take a quick single there. That's good running from the Florida Sharks between Kevin Stout and Raj Nanan. Just read each other right there and scamper through for a quick single.
So good communication between Stout and Nanan. And they were off and running straight away. Not wasting any time. Hopping on their horse. So score pushes on, and there must be some event getting ready to happen as we see some fans or spectators or some folks gathering in the parking lot area. And certainly one of these situations where, again, a picturesque ground, wanting to be outside, wanting to have like this picturesque venue as a backdrop can certainly bring folks from everywhere, and they not only that, they get to watch a wonderful game of cricket. Oh, off the blade, and he's gone. So Raj Nanan gets one. That does. And look at this. This is a Jaffer upcoming here as it just pops. Oh, and whoa. Very difficult delivery to negotiate. He is not able to do it. And so he has to go. Second wicket falls. It's now 20 for 2.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
Two quick wickets here for the New York Gothams as they're defending only 89. Remove both openers, put them back into the pavilion. Some good bowling from Habib Shah and Rovin Dusraj. The new man in Shushmit Majumdar.
And Majumdar comes in at a very crucial point here. 2 wickets already in the hut. We're still in the power play. And New York Gothams have inflicted 2 very important strikes, 2 damaging blows, as not only have both openers been removed, but two players who were expected to make big contributions in this chase. And so Gotham's trying to pull themselves back into this contest. They need more wickets. And ball which is wide outside the off stump, so that doesn't help the Gotham's cause.
Yeah, Newman at number 4. His first innings in this USPL. So he's going to have to make a name for himself here, chasing not too many runs. Majumdar to face. His first legal delivery just blocks it. Majumdar blocks his first ball there. His first innings in this CBTF USPL as Rovin Dusraj comes in to finish his first over.
Oh, this will be a boundary. Just steered away outside the off stump and just guiding it to the third man. And once it was in the gap, it was essentially going to be 4 always. So that completes the over. 7 runs from it after 4, 25 for 2.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
And you can see on the screen there we have an audience here at the SUNY Purchase Ground viewing our match between the NY Gothams and the Florida Sharks. Various different spectators, as Carl mentioned, enjoying a beautiful game of cricket on a nice and sunny day.
And some of the canine variety as well. Quite a few of them over there coming to see cricket, wonderful cricket. And you see them there just fully appreciating all that's on offer here. SUNY Purchase hit straight down the ground. Glorious looking shot. And just standing and delivering. Kevin Stout, clean as a whistle, picks up a boundary.
Very good looking shot there from Kevin Stout. Just punches it straight back. Habib Shah brought into his third over. Doesn't start the way he wanted to, Carl.
Just on the front foot, and it's such a beautiful strike. When you see a fast bowler runs in, batsman stands up straight, punches it right back past him. Almost whiplash. And Kevin Stout on the go. Habib Shah had no chance at trying to get a hand down to try to prevent that from going for a boundary. And that's an area of the ground where there generally aren't any fielders. Not straight back past the bowler. There's usually long on, long off, or mid on, mid off. When you hit straight, there generally are no fielders there. So 29 the total on the board. 60 more needed from 94 balls. Asking rate just about 3.8. Good ball. So that's a good comeback from Shah. So this promises to be a contest. Gotham's not rolling over here. And they continue to carry the fight to the Florida Sharks, the defending Phase 1 champs, or the Phase 1 champions. Not sure if they're defending Phase 1 anymore. But the champions of Phase 1 are back to the scene of the crime, looking to go 2 for 2. Haven't started off the way they would have liked, as they lost their very first match in a high-scoring run chase loss to the New Jersey Titans. Since then, they've struggled, but are on course here, perhaps to pick up their second win off the Phase 2 campaign. That said, they'll have to get through these pesky New York Gothams to do so.
Nice, solid stroke, but hit straight back to Habib Shah after conceding 4 from his first, Carl. A very good comeback, 3 successive dots.
That's done really looked good. I think that might be 4 consecutive, but has really been very, very good in response to being hit down the ground first ball for a boundary.
Nice shot. Couldn't get to that.
Yeah, finds extra cover. There's protection out there. So he'll take a single, and the single will close out the over. And so after 5, it's the Florida Sharks chasing 8 and 9 needed for victory. They are 30 for 2.
As per the performance of the previous year, we can see that. हाँ बेबी, कुछ नहीं.
सुबह क्या भूल गए?
Breakfast भूल गया. कर लूँगा.
इतनी बार बोला है, ऐसे मत लेट
So
किया करो.
3 minutes.
अभी तुम्हारे पेट में एसिडिटी हो
बेबी
रही है.
रखूँ. हाँ हाँ हाँ.
बेबी की चिट-चैट 3 minutes में? Impossible. मगर MTR का 3 minute उपमा. Just add hot water, mix, cover और 3 minutes में ready. MTR 3 minute breakfast. India का breakfast.
And welcome back. Last over of the power play here. So far, it's been neutral. 2 wickets for the New York Gothams here. They picked up 2 wickets. Both openers gone back to the pavilion. But the Florida Sharks have already put up 30 runs. They don't need much. Only 89 required for another 2 points to move up to at least the 5th position in this points table as Kevin Stout takes his guard. Robin Dusraj comes back for a second. A short ball hit on his pad.
more like on the guard. The family jewel is in the way, and still an appeal for a wicket, or an appeal for being trapped before the wicket, before the stumps, and umpire Kumar not interested. 30 the total on the board for the loss of 2 wickets.
Good variation from Dusraj. We'll pick up 2 here, I'm assuming. No, says Shushmit. It's good bowling from the Gothams so far. I've picked up both openers. Number 3 and number 4 are out, though. Can't put yourself in the game with only 2 wickets. in your bag. You gotta have to take more than that, similar to what the Florida Sharks did with their bowling efforts. 3 by, and he's cleaned them up. That's a very good ball from Rovin Dusraj. Knocked over the stumps, and Shushmit has to go only for 4.
And what a delivery it was. And you see it here, just beating it, clipping the top of off. And whoa, what a delivery. That's where, as a bowler, you're taught to bowl, hit the top of off. And he does just that. And that's the 3rd wicket to go here. Gothams hanging in. They're still in the fight.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com। यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो। विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So Kellen Carmichael strides to the middle, coming back to the scene of the crime. And you see a spectator on hand here. Came with her chair, her cozy chair, water in tow, and a warm day at SUNY Purchase, but clearly well prepared for a full day's action of cricket. Doubleheader on tap here. There's a match coming up after this one, which will feature the Titans taking on the Washington Seattle Hawks. That matchup follows this one, starting at approximately 2 p.m.
Kellen Carmichael, the man at number 5, the man of the show for the first innings. For the Florida Sharks, said gets up and running. First ball in the air. Manson is underneath it and takes it. We thought it was going, and gone, but it's only gone to the fielder's hands out in the deep. Another gone. Kellen Carmichael won't waste any time. Has to go back. First ball. Florida Sharks might be in some trouble. 31 for 4 after 5.4.
And Gothams aren't going away. They're not going away. They're fighting the fight, carrying the fight to the Florida Sharks. And Florida Sharks, this is terrible. This is a terrible approach to this chase. No need to go aerial. We've seen Carmichael, in fact, not having spent even any time at the wicket, already looking to go over the top, and picks out long off and making no mistake, pulling it in. And so Dusraj here on a hat trick. Can he complete the hat trick? 31 for 4.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com। यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो। विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So Smith Patel walks to the middle. And a hat-trick ball upcoming here for Rovin Dusraj. And we have seen only one hat-trick in the USPL so far this season, the CBTF USPL. And can this be the second to be recorded? We'll wait and see. That's the question to be answered. Smith Patel, the man who will have to look to avert it. Can he avert the hat-trick here? Rovin Dusraj. Here he is with the hat-trick ball.
Oh, big appeal there from... Oh, no, not given. Thought there was a huge appeal from Rovin Dusraj. I was excited too on that occasion. Thought he had him trapped in front.
Look at this. Look at this. Trapped on the crease, backing up, getting a ball that's skidding on. Every man appealing. Look at Krishna Bhatia. He thinks he's dead. And umpire Kumar Saravana Venkatasan, He's shaking his head from side to side. And Smith Patel survives a very strong appeal.
Yeah, I thought that was gone on that occasion. A very good ball from Rovin Dusraj had me appealing to on the side. Wide signaled by the umpire. Thought he had him there, but Smith Patel lives to see another day on the crease. Superb from Dusraj.
Every man in the ground and woman was up appealing. They thought we'd seen a second hat trick. And the umpires were not convinced, though. And I'm sure, again, international game, they might have gone upstairs. This could be a no ball. Yes, it is. It is. No ball going completely off the mat. And so now a free hit, the first of the afternoon. In fact, the first of this match. And so this will allow Smith Patel to get a free swing here to get himself off the mark. And what better way as a batter to try to free the shackles than to get a free opportunity to score some runs. So here's the free hit delivery.
And just slashes at it, nothing much.
Swings and misses. Over comes to an end. A successful over for the New York Gothams. 3 runs from it. It's 6 gone. End of the power play. And it's 33 for 4.
As per the performance of the previous year, we can see that. हाँ बेबी, कुछ नहीं.
सुबह क्या भूल गए?
Breakfast भूल गया. कर लूँगा.
इतनी बार बोला है, ऐसे मत लेट किया करो.
3 minutes.
अभी तुम्हारे पेट में एसिडिटी हो
बेबी
जाएगी and then-
हाँ.
बेबी की चिट-चैट 3 minutes में? Impossible. मगर MTR का 3 minute उपमा. Just add hot water, mix, cover और 3 minutes में ready. MTR 3 minute breakfast. India का breakfast.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The power play has ended. This matchup between the New York Gothams and the Florida Sharks. Previous over was an entertaining one. If you missed it, a hat trick candidate. Rovin Dusraj picked up 2 and 2. Has Smith Patel trapped on his crease on the back foot, but given not out by umpire Saravanan Kumar Venkatesan. A very close call there. Could have had the second hat trick of the CBTF USPL, but Smith Patel lives to see another day. Habib Shah to finish his 4 comes in. Captain Jason Greaves goes to his wicket-taking option. Habib Shah runs in for his first.
Oh, almost dragged it on. And so he'll get away with a couple here.
Possibly could get 4, but doesn't.
So 35 then the total. They're still 54 runs away, 83 balls, so not in any danger here from just a number of delivers remaining or the resources available. Still 6 wickets in hand, and so Gothams will have to continue to pick up wickets. Can they build pressure here on this Florida Sharks team?
Good shot from Kevin Stout. I think the call is for 2. They're saying no. They're happy with 1. Don't think you need to go for risky runs at this stage. Asking rate just below 4 at 3.9, Carl. And Habib Shah, wicket-taking option, gone after this over.
And it's less than run a ball. All you should be doing as the Florida Sharks batter is tucking it around 1s and 2s. No risk required. It's a risk. This is what I call a risk-free chase. But they have opted to take risks and have paid the price at times. Now, the batters that have been bowled and the ones, 2 batters have been bowled. In fact, 1 batter has been bowled and 1 has gone leg before. The other 2 were out looking to go big. And, well, actually, Raj Nanan, he really got a very difficult delivery. So can't blame him as he got a ball that really popped off of a length. And just one of those deliveries in cricket, like we all get them as batters from time to time. And the one that was perhaps the most unforgiving was that of Kellon Carmichael, just arriving at the wicket. The first ball he faced, he looked to go big over the top and hold out to long off to Ali Imran, who made no mistake. So that was definitely a wicket that you wonder, like, what the
And he's got him a very, very good catch from Habib Shah.
Whoa, what a catch it is, and we'll see it here. But struck back firmly, and on his follow through, very athletic, just getting down, pulling up the shoestring, and picks up wicket number 5.
Half the team back in the sheds here, Carl. Things are not looking great for the Florida Sharks. Momentum shifting towards the New York Gothams here.
And the wheels are coming off here for the Florida Sharks in a spot of bother. Wow, what a turn of events. So 36 for 5. And is it possible that the New York Gothams can defend 89?
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com। यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो। विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
And welcome back, everyone. The new man at number 7, Niraj Pranjpi, comes in. His team needs him the most here. 36 runs for 5 wickets, just leaves the first one up. This is exceptional bowling from Habib Shah. What we'd say is he's bowling heat.
And what an over from Habib Shah. Brilliant, brilliant. Over comes to an end, 36 for 5.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're a Florida Sharks fan, not good scenes for you. But if you're a Gothams fan, it's good to know that Rovin Dusraj still has 2 to go. And the captain, Jason Greaves, also still has 4 of his own to bowl. So Dusraj will come back for a third. He's bowling quite exceptionally here. In his last over, a hat trick was possible. Trap Smith Patel in front, but was not given. Almost a second hat trick we've seen here at our CBTF USPL at SUNY Purchase.
And so he's bowling at 3 for 10 from 2, as from his 2 overs, as you can see on screen. But more importantly, they need him, and that's why Jason Greaves has gone back to him. They need him to continue to get wickets here, because Kevin Stout is a very talented player, very capable batsman. Ronaldo Ali Muhammad is also still in the hut. And so should they pick up those 2, I think it could be fortunes going in favor of the New York Gothams.
For sure, Carl. As that's a good-looking ball from Rovin Dusraj. Jumped a bit up to Kevin Stout. Didn't pick that one and just lets it carry into the gloves of Mukil Ayaswamy.
But that just speaks again to how unpredictable the surface is, and the batters now have no confidence that the deliveries pitched on a length will actually come through on the up. And so now the guessing game has started. Batsmen have become now more tentative, and Kevin Stout gets off strike. And Kevin Stout has to realize that that's all that's required in this game. Playing straight, getting the ball off the square, picking up 1s and 2s. That's the entire game.
Yeah, Carl, got to break this partnership here. Niraj Pranjpi on the strike. A player who plays in the Millennium Cricket League back in New Jersey, plays for the Sparks Cricket Club. Have had the opportunity to play against him. A good batsman, and this is the occasion for him to show it. Pranjpi takes his guard. Field coming in for the new batter, probably to build pressure. Don't want him off the strike. Want to keep him on for now. Inexperienced, has only played one ball, so comes into bowl and blocks. Good bowling from Rovin Dusraj. He's aiming at the stumps to Pranjpi, who's only played 2 balls here, Carl.
And he is going to be tested, and will have to prove his worth here. And Gothams have no choice but to continue to attack because they don't have a lot of runs to play with. They've given 10 of it back already by way of extras, 9 of which have been wides. And so they've done everything to contribute to their own demise, as we'll probably get a leg, in fact, the runs it is. So single to Niraj, so he's up and running.
Yeah, good shot from Niraj. Pranjpi just tucks it away onto the leg side. We've seen that shot a lot in the Gothams innings, in particular from Mukil Ayaswamy, the man with the gloves. High-scoring region on this ground beyond the wicket, especially towards fine leg. Dusraj would need to pick up wickets here, though he's got 2 to go for his 3rd over. Bowling to Kevin Stout. He's got long on and long off back. He's got a deep mid-wicket as well and deep extra cover. They'll get 1.
Probably content to just take 1, so just getting off strike, Kevin Stout.
Yeah, puts the new man Raj Pranjpi back. It's off the mark already, Pranjpi, but has to look to get Kevin Stout more of the strike. Zumi just going to block this one out. Give Kevin Stout strike for the next over. Still have to keep in check that Jason Greer still has his 4 to be bowled. He's a very good bowler. It's 5th in the rankings for this CBTF USPL Phase 2 as Pranjpi just blocks that away. 39 for 5 after 8 for the Florida Sharks.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com। यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो। विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
Welcome back to all our viewers from wherever you're watching. We're here at the SUNY Purchase Ground in New York as the opening bowler, Royston Alkins, is given his 2nd over after conceding 10 in his first, 5 of which came from extras. Bowling to the number 3 batsman, Kevin Stout. Need to get his wicket immediately. Could be the danger man in this innings for the Florida Sharks. Bounced up, hit straight to covers, no run there. Good fielding from the New York Gothams.
Well, Ali Mohammed is still in the hut, and Ali Mohammed he is a batsman that's among the runs already this season, and in the Metropolitan League is one of the leading run scorers in that league, as a couple of hefty scores behind him playing there. So he's a man that still has to be accounted for in addition to Stout, but still a ways to go. Again, not a lot of runs to play with here for the New York Gothams, so they'll have to keep attacking, and that's the flaw, or that's the piece to this equation that they have no control over. The fact that they've only put up 89 on the board, and so not a lot to defend.
4 balls, 1 run only. This is good bowling from Royston Alkins. A good comeback from his first over where he conceded 10, only conceding 1 of these 4 balls as Pranjpi just hit it straight to the man at long off. A throw to the bowlers and 2 runs from the over. Good bowling from Alkins, but he'll need to take
Well, there's still one ball remaining.
A wicket.
So final ball of the over. And playing and missing, an appeal for a catch at the wicket. And umpire Ray not interested. That closes out the over. 2 runs from it. It's 41 for 5.
As per the performance of the previous year, we can see that. हाँ बेबी, कुछ नहीं.
सुबह क्या भूल गए?
Breakfast भूल गया. कर लूँगा.
इतनी बार बोला है, ऐसे मत लेट किया करो.
3 minutes.
अभी तुम्हारे पेट में एसिडिटी हो
बेबी
जाएगी.
रखो. हाँ.
बेबी की चिट चैट 3 minutes में इम्पॉसिबल. मगर MTR का 3 minute उपमा जस्ट ऐड हॉट वाटर, मिक्स, कवर और 3 minutes में रेडी. MTR 3 minute breakfast. इंडिया का breakfast.
So 41 for 5. You see the score on screen. Niraj Paranjpe, he's on 2. Kevin Stout on 14. And 48 to win from 66 balls or 11 overs. Good ball here as Rovin Dusraj. He would have bowled 3 overs, 3 for 13. So he is being called upon here to try to get at least one more. And Jason Greaves, no option but to bowl Dusraj all the way through to see if he can inflict at least one more damaging blow on this Florida Sharks team. This one will be a wide, probably. In fact, or a bye. Bye it is.
Runs regardless for the Florida Sharks. They'll take it. And Dusraj has bowled pretty well so far. His 4.1 economy rate, picked up 3 wickets. Has been one of the best bowlers, possibly the best bowler for the New York Gothams alongside Habib Shah. A good comeback from Royston Alkins in his last, conceding only 2. Dusraj would have to continue the same while picking up a key wicket to break this partnership.
Well, trying to match the effort of Kellan Carmichael, who bowled 3 for 14 from his 4 when Gotham's batted. So, Sharks on the precipice here. They're on a cusp.
Hit straight in the V. They'll only get 1.
So wide is the call. So wide's now into double figures, extras up to 12. And so Gothams have given back a number, almost 10%. Well, better than 10% of the runs that were on the board have been given back by way of extras. Slower ball punched up into the offside will get at least 1.
Good variation from Dusraj, but not the type of result he'd expect. Didn't want to give 1 on that. Stretching on that occasion was Marvin Laban, but couldn't stop it.
So it looks like the contingent, which includes canines and everything that's in the parking lot area. I see someone with a sign over there that says "Welcome home, Zoe." So potentially they are here because somebody might be returning from a trip or something. Maybe there's a parking area off to the side, next adjacent to this playing facility, where folks who are traveling through the airport that's close by would park. This is like the long-term parking, so perhaps welcoming someone back from having traveled away. So a couple of runs here and they'll get two easily. And so a good over this for the Florida Sharks. You needed an over like this. So in this over so far, it still continues. We've had one run wide, one runner wide, and then two runs. So almost every delivery has gone for runs, with the exception of one delivery.
The finishes for comes in. Deuce Raj hits straight to the man, misfields it, but only one on that occasion. Ends 49 for 5 after 10 to Florida Sharks.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtspnews.com। यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो। विजिट cbtspnews.com and stay ahead।
Almost at that 50 mark, the Florida Sharks against the New York Gothams, as Mr. Alkins, Royston Alkins, is being brought back for a third. Only conceded 2 runs from his last 6, Carl.
And so he comes in here knowing that if he can dislodge Kevin Stout, then they'll get their chance at Ronaldo Ali Mohammed. And if they can dislodge him, then Gothams would be right in the hunt. They still have 40 runs to play with. 10 overs, though. And so still 4 and over, which was more or less the ask at the outset. They have managed to pick up 5 wickets. Can they find a way to pick up 5 more before 89 runs are scored? So here's Alkins.
Nice shot. Hit to the mid-off region. A little bobble, but only one. Good bowling from Alkins. Has his field. Has a mid-on, mid-off back. Similar field to what we've seen all the bowlers have. A deep mid-out and deep covers.
I'm surprised that they haven't continued to attack here, the New York Gothams, by trying to cut off the singles on the interior.
Well played there from Pranchby. Wanted a single. Kevin Stout a little frustrated on that call.
And I understand Kevin Stout's thinking, because there's no protection on the interior at all on the onside. The only players on the onside are all in the deep. Mid-wicket straight, long on, and that is it. There might be a man at, well, there's a short fine leg, but then there's a packed offside field. And so if you can manipulate the ball into the onside, then just as you do this, as they did there, there's always going to be a run and offer. And in fact, could have potentially had 2, because the mid-wicket fielder had to run a long way just to get to the ball. And that's the shot that I've been saying. You have to try to manipulate the ball in that area. It's completely vacant, and that 1 is always going to be there, and that's the equation. 1 is all you need.
Edged that away. He'll get runs, 4 of them on that occasion. Not the best way you'd want to bring up runs off an edge, but Kevin Stout will get runs regardless. 55 for 5. 3 5s for the Florida Sharks.
And ball with an offer, a quicker delivery. Kevin Stout was on the back foot and slashing it, and actually came out of the middle of the blade, just placed it very well into the gap. And so a boundary there helps the Florida Sharks cause. 6 already in the over. Still a couple of deliveries remaining. or at least one more delivery remaining. So final ball of over number 11. And a good one it is. Full and straight. Over comes to an end. 6 from it. 55 for 5 after 11.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com। यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो। विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So 9 overs remaining, or 54 balls. Triple nickels on the scoreboard. If you were looking at a physical scoreboard, you would see 5-5-5 up there. 55 runs to the loss of 5 wickets. Partnership of 19 here between Kevin Stout and Niraj Paranjpe. And Stout on 23 has led the way. Paranjpe on 4. As the captain has taken the ball here, introduced himself. So he'll come into the attack, looking to defend 34 runs in these 9 overs. So just a paltry 89 the target. And so he starts with a good ball that's hit down the ground towards the long on region. And so easy pickings for Niraj. And so he gets off strike straight away. Brings Kevin Stout back into the fray.
Yeah, Carl. All Jason Greaves has to do is take the wicket of Kevin Stout here and bring out Ronaldo Ali Muhammad, someone who they need to dismiss as well. Lofted that one up there, Jason Greaves. A good ball results in a front foot block by Kevin Stout.
And once the ball was flighted, so once the ball goes above the eye line, the batter is inclined to look to go big, but then the ball was dropping very quickly almost into the block hole. And so it went from, hey, I should attack, to, oh no, I need to defend. And so in the end, just drops the bat on it, does Kevin Stout. And will settle and wait once again. 33 needed from 52 balls. Florida Sharks, the champions of Phase 1, being put under some improbable pressure here by the New York Gothams.
Yeah, just a back foot punch by Kevin Stout. Hit towards deep covers. Only will get one. Puts Niraj Paranjpe back on the strike. 5 runs to his name. He's been doing good as a number 7. Paranjpe, as Greaves comes in. Tries to go for a big hit. Gets off the strike regardless. Doing what he has to do. Just single double. Asking rate just under 3.8. So not much to do, as Carl says. Safe chase.
And so if you're Jason Greaves, you have to look to block up those singles. I think he has to worry less about the boundary deliveries, as here he contributes another wide, and now wides are becoming a problem. Well, they were already a problem for the New York Gothams, but they're becoming even more of a problem. Wides are now 12 of the 14 extras that the New York Gothams have conceded. Oh!
Short ball there. Past the hands of Marvin Laban. He'll get a boundary for that. Kevin Stout.
Just out of the reach of Laban, who was diving across. Thought he had an opportunity for a moment, but wasn't fielding deep enough. And perhaps had he been 2 or 3 paces back, could have perhaps converted that into an easy catch. Nonetheless, boundary to Kevin Stout, pushes him up to 28. 1 ball remains here in over number 12. 26 now required. And this ends up being a very good over from the Florida Sharks standpoint. The over comes to an end. 8 runs from it. after 12, 63 for 5.
As per the performance of the previous year, we can see that. हाँ बेबी, कुछ नहीं.
सुबह क्या भूल गए?
Breakfast भूल गया. कर लूँगा.
इतनी बार बोला है, ऐसे मत लेट
So
किया करो.
3 minutes.
अभी तुम्हारे पेट में एसिडिटी हो
बेबी
रही है.
रखूँ. हाँ.
बेबी की चिट-चैट 3 minutes में? Impossible. मगर MTR का 3 minute उपमा. Just add hot water, mix, cover और 3 minutes में ready. MTR 3 minute breakfast. India का breakfast.
So 26 needed from 8 overs. Asking rate 3.25, the new asking rate. And again, Alkins over pitch this time. Ball hit down the ground for a single. And because only singles are needed here by the Florida Sharks, one would think Jason Greaves would continue to attack by looking to cut off the singles on the interior. Still has to protect the boundaries to some degree, but singles may be entirely too easy to come by at the moment. Has actually attempted to do that. He has brought a man in at short mid-on, or short mid-wicket straight. He does have a backward square, does have 2 on the inner ring on the offside, but that is the end. And again, Kevin Stout in disbelief that Niraj Paranjpe is not backing up and now they're going to have a chat. He sees that singles is the game. He sees that there's a lot of gaps on the interior where they can pick up some easy singles and can get to their total without taking any undue risk. But Niraj Paranjpe did not get the memo, so not yet on the same page with Stout.
Good-looking shot from Kevin Stout. Hit straight to the man. A little misfield allows Paranjpe to get to the keeper's end and retain strike. Paranjpe to face his first ball of Royston Alkins' final over.
And now he has to recognize that can't allow Alkins to pick up his wicket here. And so has to realize that he is in his last over as a batter. Ariane, when I played the game in a bowler's final over, you never want to be a victim, and he's trapped.
Think he is his victim on this occasion. Carl trapped him on the back foot. We've said it numerous times. Do not play on the back foot on this track off a spinner on his stumps. Just set him up there, Royston Alkins.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है. इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com. यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो. विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Four wickets only needed now for the Gothams to successfully defend 89 runs, the lowest total made by any team in this Phase 2 for CBTF USPL.
And the response by the New York Gothams here proves that nothing in cricket can be taken for granted. Nothing comes easy, as Ronaldo Ali Mohammed strides to the middle. And he comes in here at a crucial point, because this could be the very last pair of accomplished batsmen for the Florida Sharks. If you're able to break up these two to send back one or both, it does bring the New York Gothams, completely back into this hunt, where this outcome could go either way. 65 for 6.
One good ball is all Royston Alkins has to think about now. It's his last ball for today's game. Can't contribute with the ball otherwise. After he bowls this one, walks in very slowly. And just a block from Ronaldo Ali Mohammed. Stares down Royston Alkins. 65 for 6 are the Florida Sharks after 13.
Jason Greaves, the captain, brings himself on for one more over. 7 only left for the Florida Sharks to successfully chase down 89.
And Greaves needs a better over here in terms of economy rate. He's conceded 8 in his first over, but now he actually needs to either pick up a wicket here or to at least be very economical. Starts well. Maybe a leg by upcoming here. We'll wait and see. We get the confirmation now. And so one leg by will add to the Sharks' cause. 666 on the board. So the devil number, as they say. 3 6s up on the scoreboard if you were in the park and watching. 66 for 6. And is that ominous? Is that an ominous position? And if so, for which team? Mohammed on strike.
Oh, that's a bad ball from Jason Greaves. Dispatched into the New York Gothams dugout. A good-looking shot from Ronaldo Ali Mohammed, and brings up a CBTF maximum.
And you cannot bowl a delivery like that to Ronaldo Ali Mohammed. Missed his length completely. And Ronaldo Ali Mohammed, one of the better players, one of the best players in the U.S. Premier League. In fact, I'm shocked that he continues to bat at number 8 in this lineup. Certainly, one should not take the fact that he's batting at number 8 to speak to his quality as a batter. And he got one that was effectively a long hop and hammered it out of the ground. And so now only 17 more are needed. And Kevin Stout and Mohammed should safely shepherd this innings home for the Florida Sharks. But they have certainly turned what should have been a very ordinary chase into one that's been very interesting, has had its ebbs and flows, and one that's proven to be somewhat tricky here for the Florida Sharks.
It's a good comeback from Greaves. 3 dot balls in a row. Have to give credit to the New York Gothams bowling lineup, though. Defending 89 as a bowling unit is not a number you defend, is not a number that you think could take you across the line for a victory. But taking 6 wickets against the defending champions, I think that's very impressive, Carl.
That they are. A couple more runs here to Ronaldo. And so he closes out what's a very good over from a Shark standpoint, as 9 runs are conceded from it. And so after 14, it's the Florida Sharks at 74 for 6.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com। यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो। विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So the man that came at number 11 for the New York Gothams, Krishna Bhatia, has been given the ball in hand.
So Royston Alkins finishes with 4 overs, 1 for 20. Habib Shah bowled 4 overs, 2 for 16. Dusraj bowled 4 overs, 3 for 20. Jason Greaves has bowled 2 overs for 16. And so if anyone, Jason Greaves perhaps has not defended this total as well as he would have liked. Economy rate of 8, not the best in this circumstance. So 15 needed from 35 balls. Full toss, hit into the mid-wicket region, 1 bounce of 4. So misses his length, and that's the problem here. Perhaps Ariane, with this bowling unit, the depth of the bowling is perhaps not there. They've used their 4 best bowlers to this point. Now they have to find a 5th and the sixth bowler potentially. And now is where these two quality batters will likely look to feast on this bowling unit.
Yeah, Carl, giving a full toss to anyone, someone who doesn't even play cricket, that will be dispatched. It's not a good ball from Bhatia as Kevin Stout hits that away towards the leg side for a quick single, giving Ronaldo Ali Muhammad strike once again.
And Krishna Bhatia looks like a part-time bowler, as may not have the quality to dislodge these two, but nonetheless, very capable, bowling through and around. Left arm orthodox spinner.
Just a block from Ali Muhammad. No need to go for big shots at this stage. Required run rate just under 2.
And Ronaldo Ali Muhammad has played enough cricket to know. Very experienced player, West Indies under 19 player. And so an international youth player, very good all-rounder, a quality batter, and content to just, for now, they have already picked up 5 in the over, so content for now to just block a few. Again, very uncomplicated chase, just 10 more runs are needed. Turns this into the onside again for an easy single, so we'll keep the strike when the over turns. It's 15 gone, 6 from the over. It's 80 for 6.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com। यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो। विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Jason Greaves comes back for his third. An economy rate of 8. Hasn't bowled the best of spells for the New York Gothams. Only required 9 runs. The Florida Sharks, less than double digits, could tap their way to a victory. A boundary basically seals it at this point as Ali Muhammad tries to go for that one. It's in the slot, but a dot ball for Jason Greaves.
So Greaves needed to be economical. Hasn't proven to be that through 2 overs. Needs to come good here. Either wicket or economy. One of the two or both. Trapped on the goal.
He's
It's
got
gone.
him there. Ronaldo Ali Muhammad lost in the flight there. Goes on the back foot and is trapped plumb in front.
And cannot play back on this track. We've been saying it all along. Even we know it sitting in here in the commentary box. And so Ali Muhammad opens up one end here for the New York Gothams. Can they find a way to pick up 3 wickets before 9 runs are conceded? Now that's the equation. And New York Gothams have found themselves right back in the hunt. And if they were only able to put up maybe 20, or as we have said, the psychological, if they were able to put up 12 more runs, 100 would be a lot more to defend, a lot bigger total to defend than 99. And so 80 for 7. Jason Greaves has effected the breakthrough as the new batter walks to the middle in the form of Kevin Stout. Lorando Best, probably, I think it is. Let's confirm. Yes, it is. Lorando Best, the wicketkeeper for the Florida Sharks. He strides to the middle, and so he will join Kevin Stout. Gets a ball that's taking him on the pad, so Jason Greaves has to be licking his chops here. Can he pick up another?
Yeah, good bowling from Jason Greaves. He's got 3 left in this over to pick up 1 more wicket. We were talking about how important the partnership between Kevin Stout and Ronaldo Ali Muhammad is.
And Ronaldo Ali Muhammad went on the back foot to defend the ball from Greaves, missed the ball completely. and was trapped on the crease. And so now a helmet being brought to a fielder who's now going to go under the bat, I believe. So they're now going with a bat pad here for Lorando Best. And so now the Gothams are attacking.
Interesting move here from the Gothams. I like it. Attacking similar to what we saw with Kirk Thompson. Not as attacking as the Florida Sharks, but definitely something. I've never seen this happen in a T20 game. So let's see. Could this yield results?
Oh, and so it actually changes that defensive prod quite a bit. So a good insertion off the bat pad here for Lorando Best, because now he'll be less tentative to just prod forward.
That's a bad ball. Not the best of balls there from Jason Greaves. Pulled a good 4 before that one, and it's just hit over point. A nice looking cut shot for 4.
Just much too short, just missing the length, and allowing Lorando Best to just almost free runs being given. And that is a release shot. Allows him to pick up a boundary to get himself off the mark and reduce the equation now just down to 4 needed to tie, 5 to win it. And it comes down to Gotham's not having put up the enough runs on the board. They've defended stoutly, but just perhaps not enough. And this one will run away. Could this be a boundary? It may go. And in fact, this will tie the score. And why? In fact, that wins it. That wins it. It's all done. 5 wides will complete victory here for the Florida Sharks. They get home in unconvincing fashion, but home nonetheless. And they win it by 3 wickets with actually 4.1 overs to spare. So 4.1 overs to spare. They win by 3 wickets. And so Florida Sharks get home. They have improved their record to 2-3 in phase 2. And so we'll pause here and return on the other side of the break for a match interview, or for an interview with the player of the match, and then we'll come back thereafter for the second in the doubleheader when the New Jersey Titans will take on the Washington Seattle Hawks. So stay tuned. We'll be back on the other side of the break.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the post-match presentation here for match number 17 between the NY Gothams and the Florida Sharks. To my right over here is the man of the match for today, Cologne Carmichael, for taking 3 wickets in the power play. But before I want to give him his award, I'd like to ask him a couple questions. Cologne, firstly, what does it mean for you to pick up this Man of the Match award? And is it a good reflection of your hard work?
Yes, definitely. To come and get a man match performances, is the evidence that the hard work do pays off. It's good. My team needed this win today, and I'm very pleased that I could put out this performance for them today.
Thank you so much, Cologne. Alongside me is Dr. Ashok Chopra, co-founder of the United States Premier League, to present Mr. Cologne Carmichael with his Man of the Match award.
Congratulations.
Stay tuned. We have another matchup coming up between the NJ Titans and the Washington Seattle Hawks for this CBTF USPL.